my beautiful gemstones. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us on our usual Wednesday night stream. I feel like I'm like super a lot. I don't know. I am so happy to see all of you guys. Let's just jump right in and get started. I have three amazing new decks tonight. I've got Paolo Barberi's Night Fairies, which I pre-ordered. I feel like it was like a year ago. I have the calendar in the kitchen at Ray's house, and I've been just waiting for the deck to come out. So we got Night Fairies. I got Earth and Bone, which is a new one that I just kind of saw and like connected to. And then I have Journey of a Lonely Soul, which awesome. Beautiful artwork. I have the Oracle of the Witch from last week. So we're good to go. I have tons of decks, even though I don't have all 100. We're going to be just fine. Let's get started. I see at the beginning here, Andrew and Gnomes. What is up? Jilly Doom, Lotus Girl, howdy y'all. Jennifer Bowman, hello. Smoochy. Hey baby. How young I look. I guess it's about how young you do look, right? Not how young or old you feel. Who is under me? Don't do that. Jules Enigma. I'm like, why am I in here? I didn't say anything. Ufologist, what's up? Mac Taylor, hi. Madison Teague, what's up? Blue Crossroads and Shauna and Palmer Eris, Manna. Oh my gosh, we've got a full house tonight. I'm super excited. Soup's excited, everybody. Vixen Doe, what's up, girl? Jules Facets, hello. Donna Messenger, what is up, mama? Ralph and Cassie, Francis, did I catch the dragon by the tail? I sure did. I sure did. Mike Roberts, hi. So good to see you, as I have not heard from you in at least a week, sir. I'm just playing. Nutslap, shining today. Dang right. I messed my eyebrows up, but we can ignore that, right? Kirby's 100. What's up? Ghost Dragon CW. Fancy meeting you here. Let's bring in the man of the hour. Oh, first I got to show you guys my new shirt. Yeah. Look, it's like all fringed and I'm loving it. It's got the V-neck top. I'm good with it. RJ was like, oh, it's so pretty. I was like, yes, I know. I got a ton of new clothes. Yeah, I've been doing so well, Smoochy, all week with my eyebrows. I got the stencil, the stamp, bang, bang, bang. And of course, today I come to hang out with you all and I mess them up and make them too big. But you know what? I don't care. She said one of my eyes are blurry anyway. You guys are too much. So if you don't know, if you didn't see it on the community tab, and if you're not on Facebook, my third book came out yesterday. It's already ranking in the paperback version on Amazon. I forgot to check the Kindle, but it is called Shadow Entities, Sleep Paralysis, and Beyond. I don't have a copy. I won't have one until tomorrow. Well, hey, thank you. But purchase it, please. It'll help me out tremendously. I'm doing the best I can to do as many interviews as I can and get my name and myself out there. If you haven't caught me on Powerflix, it's the show Disembodied Voices with Dr. Kelly Renee Schutz. It's season 3, episode 6. It's a 2-parter, 2 hours of me talking about me. What else? I know there was one more thing I wanted to go over with you guys. Ghost Dragons and I are thinking about putting together like some private meetings, maybe for readings, for manifestation, like maybe selling 5 spots for like super cheap and then hanging out with like 5 of you per week, doing a different thing each week. So we're working on different projects. If you're not on Moon Bear Oracle, my other channel that I've done nothing with in the past year, get ready, because anytime and monthly Oracle is coming to that channel either in December or for the new year. That's guaranteed. I've already got it all planned. I want to do monthly, but then I'm like, maybe I'll just do anytime. So whenever you come upon it, that way the readings never get old. And I'm learning tarot. So a whole bunch of stuff, again, trying to get my name out there. And let's bring in the man of the hour and then we'll get started on readings, because that's what we all came here for anyways.
Hello, how's everybody? Hi, sweetie.
I like your sweater.
Thank you. I got my turtleneck on.
I love it. I love turtlenecs. There's nothing better than a comfy turtleneck with like the sleeves are a little bit too long, so they go up to like here, and like a nice pair of like bear claws. Love it. Love it. You have a natty left for me? I'll take it. At this point, I'll take it. All right,
You got it?
everybody. Yeah, let's get started. Who's first?
Andrew.
Andrew, let's use Earth and Bone. Let's start it out with a newbie. Smoochie, that's my issue with Red Bull. I think that I would be super skinny as far as my tummy if I would stop with the Red Bull. So I decided after this case of small cans that I have is gone, I am not drinking any more Red Bull for a long time because the greens, reds, and beets that I drink in the morning mixed with iced tea, like unsweetened, and I mix it all up, I shake it, and then I drink it. It really helped me get my weight in check, not to mention the stress. I've lost 23 pounds since all of this happened on October 9th, not on purpose. But if I can get rid of that belly, I'd be super happy. I went down 3 pant sizes, so doing pretty good. But the Red Bull's killing me. Ghost Dragons, you look exquisite. Smoochie, you know what? I'm almost there, honey. Melissa Nicole, welcome. Coming in strong with the PayPal and Cash App. Yes, super chats are on, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, Rob, I haven't even lasted a day yet. I'm trying my best, though. I'm finishing up, like I said, the case of small cans, and then I'm done. I got one more large can of the fig apple that I'm drinking, and it's not doing anything for me anymore. So if I just switch to drinking just water, Smoochie, that's my issue with it. All right, Andrew, first card. Let's see what we got. Hey, Cowie. Thank you so much. I'm super excited about the book. I think it could really sell well and do big things. If you guys want autographed copies, as usual, or for anything else, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. But otherwise, you can purchase it on Amazon. I already have the Kindle edition, of course. Dedicated this one to my mom. And I do cover a lot, like so many different shadow beings. I talk about the topic of sleep paralysis, go a little bit scientific, but I mainly stay with the paranormal supernatural realm. I talk about time traveling, extraterrestrials. I mean, I put it all in there, and there's still going to have to be a part 2. And now I'm working on book 4, which is Black Eyed Kids, as yet untitled. Richard Elmore, what's up? Apple is horrible. No, the kiwi apple is my favorite. They stopped selling it. So now the fig apple, I think it tastes like Christmas. All right, Andrew, you got spectrals, discernment, critical thinking, investigation, and insight. Like a spectral, the illusions of the outer world constantly change and are therefore not, quote unquote, real. Everything you once believed about yourself was based on well-intended fiction. Everything in your life is dependent on you. The energy that surrounds you is created by you. Gain control over this energy by embracing the fact that you are not helpless, but that you create your own world. Every lesson in hardship is meant to encourage you to learn, however difficult or joyous. The seemingly physical world is an illusion. We can change everything with a shift in our consciousness. If anyone can do this, why is everyone not doing it? Awareness, acceptance, and intention come first. For many, this is a difficult state to overcome since they have been conditioned to feel helpless. You, on the other hand, are connected to everything. You are the center of your own universe. Our physical senses are incapable of comprehending anything that is not logical or linear. You have the ability to shift your mindset and realize how truly powerful you are. It necessitates a paradigm shift in thinking and living with the belief that everything is possible. Believe in yourself as a divine being. When you recognize your own power, you'll notice that like attracts like. Exiting the matrix is very simple. Recognize you're in control. You are the one to set yourself free from deceptive illusion. Shelley Montgomery, anyone else that came in, what's that? Affirmation for this week. I am strengthened as I seek the truth of my personal reality. I am the creator of my own reality. I am in control of my reality by how I choose to think. Guys, this is a really important card that I want everyone to really focus on, okay? Because this is what I was talking about, like the smaller groups of things I want to go over with you guys and really kind of ingrain into you as I ingrain it into myself, because I've been incorporating these exact things that are in this card for the past week. And my life has changed so much for the better, despite all of the tragedy, hardship, pain, heartache, and feelings and issues that have been brought up into me ever since this whole thing happened with Ray. So, Andrew, what this card is basically saying, if we're looking at it, we should look at it as like a lifetime kind of thing. But if we're just focusing on this week, I feel like there could be something happening or that's about to happen that you may make you question your own reality. I do see hardships coming in, maybe something completely unexpected coming in, and not like a tower moment where like everything goes to hell, but something that you definitely were not expecting. Something that you're like, oh man, like what do I do now? How do I fix this? The fact of the matter is, the advice, honestly, is that you're not to fix it. It's something that had to happen. It's something that had to either end or, start, whatever it is. But what this card is saying is the universe is calling you specifically to shift your consciousness, okay? To think positive no matter what happens, to know with absolute certainty that the universe has your back and that everything that's happening, no matter how horrible it may feel in the moment, is actually happening for the greater good of your life and the life of the collective. So I do feel something kind of sketchy coming in, something where you're like, what the heck? What did I do to deserve this? Something that could seem even like a real tragedy, Andrew, but at the end of the day, it's not. And the universe wants you to keep that in mind. This is a major mega test from the universe this week to determine whether or not you're going to start receiving everything you've ever wanted and dreamed of, or if you're going to have to go through more hardship. If I were you, I would just, all you have to do is try to keep focused on the positive. Say your whole relationship just ends out of complete clear blue sky. What do? Like you're heartbroken, you're scared, you're alone, you don't know. But you can start telling yourself that you're fine. You can start telling the universe that you expect better. You could start telling the universe, start learning the lessons and putting them into practice. Like, okay, this is where I went wrong. This is where that person went wrong. This is what I accepted that I shouldn't have. This is where I compromised. Whatever it works like for you in your particular situation. But there is one coming in, like I said, nothing as desperate or dire as a tower moment, but definitely something that's going to make you wake up and be like, holy crap, feeling maybe like some part of your life was a lie. Like I said, a relationship, a job, it could be the smallest little thing. It's something very personal to you that you may end up losing in the next couple of weeks, that the universe is like, don't even worry about it. Like, you got this. Just have faith, trust. Who's next?
I'm sorry, I got distracted. Jelly Doom.
Who?
Jelly Doom.
I didn't even see her in here.
Yeah, she's in here.
Jilly, I apologize. I didn't see you. Sometimes I lose.
She was right after Andrew when they came in.
Sometimes I lose. I get a different set because I did not see you in there. But welcome and hello. I hope you're still here, Jilly. Hey. Aliens, clowns, and shocked eyes. Exactly. I miss Mermaid too. She's 5 hours ahead of me, which means right now it's 12:30 midnight for her. And from what I understand, and I hope it's right, she actually just didn't want to keep staying up so late anymore, which, sucks because if she's awake, she could just come in and be like, hey, give me my reading now. And I would. But she congratulated me, I think, on my book. And she did something really cool with one of my Halloween pictures. So we're still friends. There's nothing weird there. Like maybe I thought she didn't like me or something, or that, she had turned against me like someone else I was super close to. But it's actually just that she's tired and I think goes to bed a little earlier. Jilly, you got to let me know you're still here, honey.
Yeah, I was just waiting for her.
Because if not, I'm just not going to, you know what I mean?
Lotus is next anyways.
All right, let me put Jilly's card to the side.
Because I don't know if Lotus is here.
Well, Lotus, I know that she comes in and out.
And listens, so I can always give her the time.
Forensic Mystics. Hi and welcome. Let me know if this is your first time here. Ann Palmer made sure everyone. I know you're here, girl. I did pull a card for Jilly, so it's on the side. Lotus, I'm using Night Fairies. Good vibes only. Oh, Ghost Dragons, I forgot to tell you before the stream starts. If our trader comes in, just get rid of her. I'm not even going to address it.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ann Palmer and I, yes. It's very cold in New Jersey today as well, whereas like yesterday, the day before was like 74 degrees. And today it's like 40. So we didn't get snow though. And for that,
we're getting snow now.
I feel so grateful and blessed that there's no snow.
Yeah, we're getting snow now.
Ooh, okay, Lotus. So you got the Moon's Child. And it is card number 4. I've been waiting so long for these cards. You must know, Lotus, the power is inside of you. Second card, already a theme. The moon's child calls us to look inside of our own hearts to find the answer to every untold riddle and every question. Intuition personified, the goddess within us. You are stronger than you know. Secrets hidden are finally revealed. Oh, what's up, Cassie girl? Stand before the mighty moon dragon and feel the weight of his gaze from your confidence, knowing that you are the child of the great and mighty moon and that no force can harm you. Seeing the strength and depth of your self-knowledge, the dragon nods in approval. Nod, dragon. You have passed your test. You've passed your test. See, we were talking about this privately yesterday, Lotus. I think it was yesterday.
The dragon's gonna nod. See?
The great secrets and wonders of the mysterious moon live inside of me. I am powerful. I hold the key. Sorry, that was your affirmation. The great secrets and wonders of the mysterious moon live inside of me. I am powerful. I hold the key. Sometimes we look every which way for the light, jumping from star to star, and we forget that the brightest light in even the darkest sky lives inside of us. Carry the moon with you wherever you go, Lotus, just like you carry all the answers to all of your questions. Remember just how strong and powerful you truly are, the child of the moon. And my government name actually means belonging to the moon or moon goddess, which is interesting considering you're my soul sister and you got the moon child card. So basically, yeah, I would appreciate it. Cassie, thank you so much. You're so sweet. I always love when other creators come in and hang out and show support. I try to do the same. I can do it now that I have time. So I really want to start doing that and get reconnected with the community because I was kind of out a little bit. So I do appreciate it so much. Thank you. Lotus, this is what we were talking about privately. This is you knowing how to manifest something better. This is you knowing how to bring the positive in, despite how dark and cold and negative everything feels lately, not just for you, but for everyone around you. Thank you so much, Jules. You guys are so amazing. Thank you. Lotus Girl, this is kind of a reinforcement of what you already know, that it takes great, great courage and strength to go through the trials and tribulations that we have to experience here in this realm, in this reality. But like the other card said, you know, walking out of the matrix is super simple once we understand how to do it. And I feel like this is the universe trying to give you back that knowledge, to put it inside of you, for you to shine your inner light out. And I'm not saying that you will be the replacement for professional help in any way, but you could be a beacon of light, of positivity for people as you are. But to do that for people in your own life like you do it here, it's much harder to put into practice in, you know, while you're standing there with someone than it is in a chat room, right? But I do feel like the universe is calling you, Lotus, and telling you like you have everything you need. This dark night of the soul is going to be over as quickly as you want it to be over. The problem is the darkness, the negativity, the lower vibrational stuff, not just yours, everyone else's plus yours, is really overwhelming you. And this is the universe telling you, get back to self, get back to your own light, work on building up your light, work on your manifestations, work on healing. And then after a little bit of doing that, push it out. I always tell you guys, self-care, self-love, it's not selfish. It's necessary, absolutely, for us to not only survive, but to live, to thrive in this, on this little planet, in this realm, really. Who's next?
Jennifer Bowman. Smile. Thank you.
Jennifer, I'm going to use the Journey of a Lonely Soul. I saw Cassie had these the other night, and I was so jealous that she got hers a couple days earlier than me. I was like, man. Lotus, then check that out. If that's something that you're interested in, you think that'll help you, there's probably a reason that that particular method is popping into your head right now. I'm getting some meditations for Damien's Oculus that I'm going to use. Just meditations to escape to a mountain or to the beach whenever I want to. It's a little pricey, but it's something that's worth spending on myself. I've been doing so much soul searching and really finding out who I am. Massive amounts of shadow work, just like nonstop. Massive amounts of manifestation techniques and exercises I've been putting into practice. And guys, for as bad as my heart is broken, I've actually have not felt spiritually or mentally better. I would have to say I don't remember a time when I felt this good spiritually and mentally. Emotionally, physically, I'm a bit of a wreck, but it's all coming together. It starts with the power of positive thinking. Jennifer, you got Architect of the Unseen, card number 13. She sends the image of her aspiration into the heavens, and the heavens answer. Another card about manifestation. Guys, we are already on a roll. There is more to this world than meets the eye. Upon this point, all mystics agree. With careful study and devoted practice, it is possible for mortal beings to learn to move the invisible mechanisms behind the universe to bend and shape their own fates. 3 cards, 3 different decks, same message. This moment is an opportunity to make use of your natural talents for manifestation. It's not an easy task, and we cannot all just close our eyes and wish things into existence, but the powers of creative visualization are immense, especially when coupled with a regular meditation practice. This card also poses the question, are you certain that you know what it is that you want in this particular situation? Close your eyes and pay a visit to the theater of your mind. Can you see yourself on stage having achieved your goal? Can you feel in your body what that would be like? When you see this new version of yourself, can you believe it? The greatest obstacle to manifestation is our own doubt. Be careful that you're not the hidden saboteur working against your own dreams. When you are clear, align your willpower and your actions with your vision and bring your vision into manifestation. Ask yourself, what do I wish for? What would I do with it if I got it? Okay. This, like I said, 3 cards, 3 different people, 3 random decks, randomly pulled, and it's all the same message, guys. And I'm not surprised, okay? Because this is the universe calling us mystics, us people with abilities, us light workers, empaths, seers, mystics, oracles, whatever you want to call us light workers, I think would be the best term for us generally. And as a community, calling us for the beginning of the new year to get rid of this poopy energy that we're all stuck in. Almost every single one of us is in one level of a dark night of the soul or another, for the most part. I mean, that's just fact. We've got Neptune coming out of Pisces retrograde on December 3rd, which means a lot of the being overly emotional, like, you know, going into panic mode for no reason, or, you know, crying, like all of that super duper emotional stuff should clear out for most people, water signs especially. But specifically and personally, Jennifer, for this week for you, I feel like the universe is asking you, like, are your goals realistic, short-term and long-term? Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, can you see yourself there? And an exercise you can do is when you start to feel overwhelmed, when you start to feel sad or discouraged, whatever those negative, lower vibrational feelings throughout the week, stop and picture yourself where you want to be when you get there. Meaning, what's your longest term goal right now? Mine is to own my own beach house, or at least be renting my own beach house within the next 5 years. So when I get overwhelmed and when I start feeling hopeless and helpless and lonely, okay, loneliness has become my new best friend. I picture myself at that beach house and I smile and I remember that I can do it. Okay. And I feel like that's what the universe is asking of you, especially for this week, to be constantly aware of your energetic and emotional vibration. Okay. When you start feeling sad or down, again, hopeless, helpless, lonely, scared, afraid, whatever, pinpoint why you feel this way and then work towards getting rid of whatever it is that's causing you to feel this way. Yes, Mike Roberts, the retreat, though, is a very long-term 10-year goal. Now, if I can get there within 5 years, that'd be awesome. But I want to give myself enough time. And since Spirit told me that that's what I'll be doing in 10 years, I'm not even worried because I know that Spirit will provide the way. I just have to look at the signs, right? You have to be confident that you're going to succeed. And it is the hardest thing in the world to do, especially when we're going through dark nights of the soul. I go through it too. My own abandonment issues, my own fears about being loved, being wanted. Am I a good person? You know, all of these things that come up in me too, to be able to suppress those and let those more positive feelings of, I can do this, I deserve better. You know, this is why that had to happen. When you can start doing that and seeing the lessons in the dark night of the soul, guys, not only, okay, thank you so, so much, Cassie. Not only we're working with past life karma, okay? When people think that karma is like this life, like instantaneous as far as like on a lifetime level. So you did something really bad to me, karma's going to get you, haha. That's not how karma works. We carry karma over from other lifetimes. If we can spiritually ascend and learn the lessons in any aspect and area of our life, we not only do that for this lifetime, but that clears that karmic baggage in that realm of being. So if I can learn to love and support myself and be more confident and know what I deserve instead of constantly compromising, just wanting so bad to be loved, say, right? Like I want to be loved so bad, I totally lose myself. I'm willing to put up with anything because I don't think I deserve better. That's definitely karmic. So if I can learn those lessons and be my own person and learn to say no and take those relationships only that serve me well while I serve them well with the equal give and take, I won't have to deal with this BS ever again in this lifetime or ever again unless I start racking up those karmic points again. I hope that made sense, guys. Jennifer, I just want you to be consciously aware of your emotional and energetic vibration all day, every day, as much as you can. And when you start to feel bad, any kind of down, sad energy, I want you to think of you at your very best, not at the best you've ever been, at the best you see yourself ever being. And then I want you to do your best to believe that that's true and that's happening. Who's next?
Smoochie.
Smoochie, smoochie.
She has a poem. God knows what it'll be.
Is it YouTube friendly?
I was just gonna say, is it safe?
Smoochie, thank you for the card and the cash. The card made me giggle just like the last one. And when I get stuff like that, it really brightens my day. It reminds me why I do this. Why I've been called to do this, the beautiful people that I've met, and just, you know, it makes me remember. Smoochie, I use Night Fairies. You got the Alpha, card number 7. Stay on target and rally the others. The clan has called you to lead. Awaken the alpha within you. Now is the time to give or receive guidance, depending on the pecking order of the pack. Be ferocious and discerning, O great leader. For your heart must be just and pure to weather the storm. Follow the leader, a position of authority, a new job title, looking to others for advice. The mighty wolf asks you to guide the pack along your journey. Visualize yourself running with the great wolf at the head of the pack, traversing on toward your intended direction in constant motion. Feel the silence as the night around you provides you with cover. Lead your pack, O mighty alpha. Awoo! It says that. That's what it says. ARROOOOOO. Your affirmation: I am capable and caring. I am a capable and caring leader. I am safe in my pack. Embody the awesome potential that you hold within. Hold your head high and lead. Though humility is admirable, one would be ill-advised to shy away from the spotlight should it be to the detriment of the pack. Every pack has an alpha. Now, Smoochie, I know you do the squat chow, girl. I know you do. This card is saying that while you may feel a little bit lost, which like I said, all of us are feeling that way these days, the universe has given you everything that you need to not only fix your, like, figure out your stuff, but to help others as well. But it's up to you to see the ways that you're being called to do this. I feel like, not that you're afraid, like you're scared, but I do get this feeling from you of like, I'll just kind of stay out of it and like see what happens. And like, I respect and admire that, because I always tell you guys, Pisces, Sun, Libra mood, avoid confrontation at all costs, but not this week. This week, there's something that you're just going to have to speak up about. What's up, Lara? The universe is telling you, if you don't stand up for this person or stand up for this situation or get involved, it's going to have dire consequences on you and everyone else involved. It's like, this is your time to say what you mean what you say what you feel, and don't back down this week. You know, a lot of times I get messages of not being confrontational, of waiting and seeing what happens. This is not one of those cards. This card is saying you're a badass. You need to stand up for the little guy, whoever the little guy is that this is talking about, in whatever situation they're in where they can't stand up for themselves. And I'm not sure if it's one of your kids. It may or may not be, but I am getting like a mama bear, like mama wolf type thing here, where like something is enraging you, this protection of someone. So I do feel like it's someone definitely close to you that you're seeing being picked on, that you're seeing go through heck, that you're seeing, you know, just down for no reason. And you look at this person like, are you kidding? You're amazing. It's time for you to lead this person to some form of action that's going to help them better their life. For this week only, I would say, do not stay out of it. Get involved. Be vocal. People are willing to listen to you, especially this week. Oh, who's next?
Jules Fawcett.
Jules, I'm going to use the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous for you. Oh, you want Night Fairies? Yes. Do all capital letters, guys, if that happens, if you want a specific deck.
Yes, please. I
can't do it for everyone because it would take forever, but we don't have a lot of people in here, so absolutely. Pick your poison. I know. I was going to say, this is really hard to keep me away from these new decks.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is your reading still, well, how much are you reading still?
Oh,
for personal reason.
Until Thanksgiving, the remote readings are $20 through PayPal or Cash App. You got to email me. Or if you just send the money, put a note on it. Like if you just send me $20 and I don't see a note saying what it's for, usually if I have time, I'll give you a reading anyway. But if I don't see what it's for, then I can't help you. All right, Jules Facets, the Knight's Call, card number 21. And guys, I'm also, thank you, Pixie. You are so sweet. I just love you. I can't wait to send out Christmas gifts. Oh, crap. What was I going to say? All right, 21. Oh, I'm also doing personals. You guys have to email me about it. I'm doing love readings now. I'm doing like a little bit of tarot, like Celtic cross with some oracle. So I'm doing different kinds of readings. I haven't quite figured out what my system is yet, but if you guys are interested in that, email me and we'll figure it out together. Oh, Mac, thank you. All right, the Knight's Call, Miss Jules Facet. I like this background a lot too. It looks better with my phone when I film for the videos because you don't see like the wall, but I was so on sale and I was like, wow, that is really cool. I can't pass it up because everything else is at Ray's house. All right. To bring magic where it is darkest and fly with the moon. They're all gorgeous. You got to see the calendar. The Fairy of the Night's Call beckons us to soar on an incredible and perilous journey through the night. Courageous and without ceasing, she makes haste in the deepest dark, bravery, endurance, travel, and going your own way. Imagine yourself soaring through the night on the wings of the falcon, navigating the darkness. Your mission is to bring fairy magic and love along your path as you make haste, guided only by the light of the stars. What's your destination, and what do you see along your journey? Affirmation for this week. I am versatile and brave in the face of danger. I heed the Knight's Call. Try something that scares you, even something small. Make progress. Take that journey. Drive the distance. Be a wild one. Be untamed and untethered. Heed the call of the night. So, ooh, that would be awesome. I have to get some new ones. Like I said, I have like 7 or 8 that are back at the other house. But definitely going to be getting the Christmas one, of course, because I'm cheesy like that. Okay, Jules. So I have a couple of messages with this card for you. The first one is you may get an invitation this week to try something new. If it's something that's a little bit scary to you, but that you kind of are like, maybe, have faith in yourself and get out there and have some fun. The second message I'm getting is a little bit different. It's saying that there's something either going on right now or something that's about to happen that it's going to take a lot of courage, a lot of stamina to get through. And I feel like, kind of like what I said with Smoochie, it could be affecting someone very close to you as well as yourself. And I see you like being able to be brave and courageous and strong and faithful, and super alpha when protecting or standing up for others. But when it comes to doing that for yourself, it's like, I don't know. It's like there's this fear I'm seeing in you. And the universe is saying, like, now you're going to have to do it for yourself. And as with everyone else, I keep telling you guys, for the next few weeks until we get into the new year, at least, we're all being tested. And these cards are coming up with our tests and like telling us straight out what the universe is looking for from each one of us individually and as a collective. So Jules, aside from getting out, having some fun, try something new. Okay. I'm definitely getting that very strong. Like getting out and trying or doing whatever this is going to lead you to meet someone important. Now, in what capacity, I can't be sure. I can't say it's a twin flame, a soulmate, a business connection. Like I can't say, but there's something important attached to, or someone important attached to whatever this fun, new, exciting thing is. Now, the second message, whatever's happening this week, or geez, my hair, in the past few weeks, or something that's coming in, the universe is saying, can you be as courageous and as alpha for yourself as you are for others, the underdog, or people that you see being mistreated, abused, neglected, etc.? Because I do feel some pain coming in. I feel you hurting. And I feel like you want to like shrink back. And the universe is like, hell no. Take some of that energy. Pretend that it's, one of your kids, or pretend that it's, an underdog, or pretend like you're standing up for something else, and stand up for yourself in that way. Okay? This is the universe testing you to see how much you've learned this year about trials and tribulations and strength and endurance. If you shrink back and decide not to engage, not to confront, to kind of just take it and avoid confrontation at all costs, like that's fine. But you're going to continue to carry the karmic baggage and the baggage right on into the new year, right through your dark night of the soul. And whatever is going on right now is going to keep happening again and again until you, Jules, can stand up for yourself the way you stand up for others. Be courageous, be adventurous, do something exciting this week. Pretend you're doing it for anyone other than you. Yes. If that's what you have to do. I mean, do what you have to do to stand up for yourself and be like, no, this is BS. This is not happening to me ever again. And here's how I'm going to make sure. And you can go after yourself. You can go after yourself. You're all right. That kind of thing. Whatever it takes. But the way that I saw it was you shielding someone else and then backing into a corner when the darkness comes to you. And the universe is like, no, we have to shake that habit. You can fake it till you make it. I say that all the time. It's not inauthentic. It's practical sometimes.
Ready? UFOologists. And I believe they're still here.
Yes. UFOologists, let's use the shaman's dream. Girl, I always tell you guys, fake it till you make it. Again, I get a lot of criticism for that, or at least I used to get a lot of criticism for the fake it till you make it, because people are like, that's so inauthentic. And I'm like, listen, sometimes we have to do what we have to do. Point blank, period. Oh, okay.
2.
No, that was like 7, but they
Really?
fell on my computer, so I have to be careful when I pick them up. I don't press anything. He pouted for 2. All right, ufologist, you got Spirit of the River, Movement Toward Adventure, card number 50. I need a puff. Movement toward adventure, addiction to problems, allowing and trusting the current. The spirit of the river invites you to step into the flow, to stop swimming against or avoiding the current. Allow the waters to carry you downstream away from the eddies and whirlpools. It's time to heed the call of a new adventure waiting for you. Stop working on the problem for a while. The issue is not what it seems. It is your addiction to fixing what has gone bad that is consuming so much of your time. Work to create a greater good, and the bad will resolve itself on its own. There's nothing that you can accomplish with more effort, as the situations in your life right now are subject to forces that are beyond your control. Recognize this, step back, and trust the flow. There is no loss of faith or lack of honor or integrity. It is simply the way things are at this moment. When this card appears, it's time to say yes to the next leg of your journey. Your life is like a river, inevitably and inexorably flowing to the sea, which is your divine destination. Be fearless and release yourself to the rushing water in the middle of the stream. Whatever it is you are holding on to, the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about how things are and how they should or could be, can be fixed easily with the power of the spirit of the river. Simply let go and enjoy the thrill of the ride. All will be well. Okay. Ufologists, this is saying that while we manifest our own destinies, while we manifest our own lives, while we can walk right out of the matrix at any time, it's just up to us. This is not one of those moments in your life. This is something that simply needs to happen. And no matter how painful, pitiful, powerful it is, or how badly you want to fix it, or how vehemently you think you can fix it, the universe is testing you by telling you to do nothing and go with the flow. Allow it to happen. Step aside and watch the universe work its magic. Yes, the river will provide. It will take you downstream. If you try to do anything right now about whatever this situation is, like trying to fix things, you're also, you're a part of the group. You're empathic. You're part of this collective here where we're all in these dark nights of the soul and on this journey where it's hard for us to stand by and watch injustice, or it's hard for us to just accept bad things happening to us. Whatever this is, though, the universe is like, you're just going to be swimming upstream. Your task is to do nothing, to allow the universe to work. The heat just kicked on, guys, so the background's moving. Sorry, I'm working on it, fixing a lot. Yeah. Take a break this week, okay? Wherever you can, just step back and allow the universe to work. Because what the universe is doing right now in your case, and in a lot of our cases, but what I'm seeing in front of me is getting certain people out of the way, getting certain situations fixed. It's like clearing your side of the street for you so that when you step out, there's this whole new world for you to enter.
Are you ready? Mac Taylor.
Hi, Mac. I'm going to use Vintage Wisdom. Baby steps will do fine. You still want to make progress in other areas of your life. Hi, Vera. Yes, I cry often in meditation, especially when I'm going through a dark night of the soul. It's actually really healing, Vera. It's really healing for our soul and our spirit and even our higher self. Not that our higher self ever take on any of this, but it's just good for the soul. And when you cry through a meditation, there's this deep, amazing, incredible healing that takes place that can't be replicated. So it actually means you're doing a really good job. And it means that you're doing the right things in the meditation by staying focused and staying aware. I know, Honey Jules says, "Mwah, Gemma doing me terrifies me. I know my soul, my heart, my mind is pure and strong. And what's the best? I'm afraid of the rocks that I'm standing on may crumble." But listen, even if they do, as terrifying as that may sound, I'm going to speak from very recent experience here when I say, at least in my case, and I see this as spiritual growth on my part, thank the universe, thank God. When that all did crumble underneath me, when I woke up one day and everything was gone, what I've been doing since then is knowing my worth, knowing that I deserve better, knowing that, you know, I made so many mistakes along the way. And instead of focusing on what someone else may have done to me or what happened to me, I'm focusing on the role I played in it and what I can do to ensure that it never happens again. And that's that power shift where we have to give ourselves that power. UFologists, thank you so, so much. I definitely appreciate donations. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, that power dynamic needs to shift, and we need to give ourselves that power. And usually it does take everything crumbling, losing almost everything or everything for us to realize, especially again in this community, us empaths, you know. So as much as you fear it, be ready to accept it. This is Mac, right?
Yes.
Power. This sovereign angel is queen of her domain. She knows who she is and where she is going. Behind her head, a halo crown in the form of a compass represents choice over many directions. Her mysterious dark wings point heavenward. A pair of cheetahs stand tamely at her feet. Cheetahs are associated with courage and the might of royalty, and like royalty, can inspire both awe and respect. The aura of protective golden light surrounding power proves she has earned the necessary wisdom to use the position of sovereignty responsibly and wisely. In today's world, we often measure our worth against the illusion of worldly status and mistake material gain for power. Many feel helpless and victimized by the chill of power's seemingly ruthless grip, but this can only happen if we choose to look outside of ourselves for the strength and wisdom we feel we lack. Authentic power, however, comes from within, and the ability to recognize and discern its core meaning can take many years, if not lifetimes. The presence of this triumphant card reminds you of your spiritual inheritance and sovereign gift, or sovereign self, sorry. You are a bright, regal spark of the divine, independent individual, and yet totally connected. Perhaps you are in the midst of a power struggle. I can't believe this. We're just literally just saying this. Or need to reclaim control from a person or situation. Are you using your position of power wisely? Are you being called to stand firm in the power you have and the courage of your convictions? Purposeful thoughts and deeds seeded from the fertile ground of truthfulness, honor, and respect carry authentic power and are among your strongest allies. So I was literally just talking about this. Okay. This giving our power away and being taught to do this at a very young age, right? Even as little kids, adults are always right. Respect your elders. Well, I'm an adult now and I'm not always right. And sometimes I'm not really deserving of respect because I'm an a-hole. Do you know what I mean? So like understanding that, like I have abandonment issues. Okay. Totally admit it. Abandonment issues. But I'm starting to understand, and I keep bringing personal situations in to show you guys what I'm talking about, and also that I understand what I'm trying to realize now. And I think with this card, actually, I see what this card is asking you to do. I'm trying to explain it the right way. It's to like find a place inside of yourself to satisfy you. Find that confidence, that independence, that tackling of fear that you have inside you, your own inner power, strength, and wisdom that you've gained throughout lifetimes. So this week, the universe is definitely testing you. It's testing all of us. I keep saying it and I'll keep repeating it as many times as I need to. We are being tested. So what do? This week, I don't see anything like major happening this week where you're really going to have to like step up and, you know, like I said to Smoochie and Jules, but I do see there being small and several small opportunities for you to step into your own power, to say, no, I don't agree with that, or I'm not going to do that, or I don't accept that kind of behavior around me anymore. You've got to start somewhere. Someone could say, since when? Well, since right now. Since right now, it's not okay for you to, I don't know, drink around me because I'm in recovery. Or, you know, since right now, it's not okay for you to curse and scream at me every time you get angry with someone else. I don't accept that behavior. And to really stand firm in it. This isn't just about power, Mac. This is about boundaries as well. Someone or something, and I do think it's a someone or several someones, have been testing yours. And I feel like we all have this conditioning. You have this conditioning to, you know, respect your elders, respect your parents, be humble in the face of, adversity, all this stuff that does work a lot of the time and are good rules to live by. But this is saying not this week. Like this week, it's about standing up for and speaking for you. What are your boundaries? What are you willing to accept? What are you not? And how far are you willing to go to make sure others understand where you're coming from? Can you walk away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you?
Okay, Madison.
Madison, I'm going to use Moonology. Blessed be, baby girl. And thank you. Spot on. I always appreciate the validation, guys. It does mean a lot to me because it lets me know I'm on the right track here, that I'm guiding you guys well, and that I'm interpreting the messages in the right way. That's why sometimes I go on and on, because it gets confusing for me, because sometimes so many messages come through, and some of you have ancestors or loved ones who like don't want to wait for your turn and they jump in. So deciphering all of that and figuring it out. So when you guys tell me that you understand what I'm saying, it really does help me to be more confident. Madison, it is Madison, right?
Yes, it is. And she is here.
New moon in Libra. Know that you are loved. And Madison, I made a promise to you before my life kind of fell apart, and don't think I forgot it. You just have to give me a little time, baby girl. There is new or renewed love energy around you, be it familial, platonic, romantic, or otherwise. Don't forget universal. Yes, I'm sorry. Jules, I was going to say that. You share a birthday with my daughter. Eliana will be 14 on Sunday. You were born on the cusp of the revolution. All right, Maddie, open your heart and be loving. The trick is to get involved with people you like or even love, be that on a personal or a platonic level. If you want a new friend, you're on the right track. For a work or money question, a new start is highly likely. In love, the sky is the limit now if you react with love. Stephen, let's do Donna next because I know she leaves early.
Okay.
This card is an especially good sign for matters related to a romance, a job interview, or any important relationship. Consider the other person in your situation. What are their needs and worries? Get out and meet new people. Your manifestation affirmation, love makes my worlds go round. Madison, I'm feeling this feeling from you of like not being loved. I'm looking at what I'm seeing here, and it's like there's something with like abandonment or perhaps leaving something or someone behind, and now like the loneliness is getting to you, or feeling like you're being backed into a corner to go backward in time, and the universe is saying no. If you feel like no one around you loves you, if you feel that way, it's never true. Okay. And if you can't love yourself right now for whatever reason, or if you can't love yourself enough, come to terms with the fact that you have guides, you have angels, you have deceased loved ones, you have ancestors, you have other worldly beings from other realms, dimensions, people that have stepped outside the matrix. Like, it doesn't matter. There's so much energy and so many entities around you right now that are willing to give you full and focused 100% unconditional love, that if you just think for a second that you are unconditionally loved, you should be able to feel it in your being. If you're thinking about maybe going out on a date or asking someone out or accepting an invitation somewhere romantically or platonically, the universe is saying, yes, go for it. Definitely a good time. If you're worried about a job interview, the universe is saying you're going to kill it. Don't worry. You know what you're doing. Get that inner confidence, build up that inner love yourself. And again, pull from the energy around you. This week especially, okay? If you're invited to go out, and whether you want to or not, you could be standing at the door like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go out. Oh, I'm upset. Go anyway. Go anyway. You will not regret it, and there's a reason you're being guided to do this. If you're in a new relationship, this is saying that everything's good. It's all good. There's nothing really being hidden. Everything is on the up and up for this week. Sorry, I've got to crack my knuckles. All right, who's next?
One sec.
Oh, Donna, I got you, honey. Let's do Donna.
Yes. I was just going to say Donna.
Donna, I'm going to use Wisdom of the House of Knights. Yeah, I was thinking like I don't know if I could ever do a dating site with the business that I'm in, and especially with like the shows that I watch on TV. It was like diabolical dating site, and like I'm good. I've already had so many stalkers in my life. Donna, when I lived with you and worked at the Nevada Diner, that guy, like this guy was like really creepy, but I didn't want to judge him. Like he had friendly energy, but I could see that like he was getting a little obsessive with me. I was a waitress. So one day I go to leave and I see this car following me without its lights on, but I'm like, they might have just forgot to turn their lights on. So I go to walk and the car slams on the gas and almost runs me over, crashes into the side of the diner. And sure enough, it's this guy, this creepy guy. He had gotten mad at me because I didn't want to go out with him and he tried to run me over. So like, that's what I worry about. I was like 30-second behind. I didn't realize it. I actually just became friends with someone recently. I appreciate your reading. Oh yeah, no worries. No worries at all. As long as you got it, that's what matters. Now let's get Donna's here. Yeah, diabolical dating. I should do a series called Diabolical Dating. Nutslap and I are working on a new series. He gave me some really good ideas that we're going to do in the coming month or so. Donna, you got the card of message, card number 45. Get ready and pay attention. You're about to get a message with special meaning. Maybe someone will text you something nice, or you will find out about something in a phone call from a friend. Perhaps a letter will come in the mail, or maybe I will send you a sign in nature that will point you in the right direction. Regardless of what you ask, you will soon know the answer, or at the very least know the way. A message is coming. Choose another card if you need to know what the message will be about. I forgot about that with this deck. Some of the cards have you pull a double. Ralph Ray was a Cancer, and I am a Pisces. Do you know what I realized today? I have no earth at all in my chart, which is probably why I've had such a rough life and like have such a problem staying grounded before I started practicing, you know, with my abilities again. But the good thing is I have earth in my 2nd and 10th houses, which kind of evens me out because I'm a Pisces sun. I have Saturn in Scorpio, and the rest of my chart is Sagittarius and like some Aries. So I'm all fire, baby. All right, Donna. So the second card, and this doesn't happen often, guys, but it does happen. So bear with me. The fledgling. Dear one, when you receive the symbol of the fledgling, know that you are blessed with a time of learning new things. This is a time for you to remember that you cannot know things until you experience them. Being in this evolving state means you may stumble a bit. Don't expect yourself to be perfect. Now is the time for being gentle with yourself as you step into your destiny to become the beautiful person you're meant to be. When the fledgling appears to you, it is a sign of new growth and wonderful new opportunities. Step forward with curiosity and a willingness to learn and discover. So these two cards, a message coming in, exciting new opportunities, okay? It could be a move. It could be a new group that you want to join. It could be, Donna, it could literally be anything. But what these two cards together are telling me for you is that you're going to get, again, an email, a letter in the mail, even a text message. It could come in the form of a phone call, but I don't really see that happening, where you're going to be either invited somewhere to do something or given some kind of gift that's going to really open you up, open up your opportunities, bring you a little bit more obligation, things that you need to be responsible for, but in a fun way. I do see you doing something very different than what you've been doing based on this notice or this invitation. And that could be in the next week or two. Vixen Doe, thank you so much. Thank you everyone who's donating, who's purchasing the new book, signed or unsigned. But if you want signed, again, email me at GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. And don't forget, if you never got the second book, I have extra copies from the book signing, and I would like to get rid of those. So also email me if you want Encounters with Evil, 101 True and Terrifying Stories with me and Steve Stockton. And I have a few copies of Missing the Faith Theory as well. So if you want any of those signed, please let me know before you purchase them on Amazon if you want an autograph. Who's next?
Blue Crossroads and Shauna.
Shelley Montgomery, your birthday. You share a birthday with someone, with my daughter's father. I'll just put it that way. He's the reason I'm afraid of Geminis. But I do get along very, very well with Gemini women. It's not that I don't like Gemini men or anything. I just don't know if I could ever date one. Yes, Net's laughing. You remember everything, you son of a gun. Okay, Shauna, I'm going to do yours first, and I'm using Journey of a Lonely Soul, and then Blue Crossroads, I'm going to use Earth and Bone for you. I know, Shelly, I'm telling you. Shauna, you got Edge of the Eternal, card number 7. I should have gave Cassie a reading while she was in here. I didn't even think about it.
I had her on a list, but I didn't know what she was doing.
If she comes back in, I forgot she probably has to go because she has her own stream.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't think about it. She makes her way to the edge of the ever-expanding sea where earth, water, and sky coalesce to form a place outside of each of their realms. The wind speaks of faraway places. The crashing waves carry off yesterday's burdens, and the rocks lay firm beneath her feet. Yeah, guys, doing charts and houses and all of that stuff. We can do it with a group maybe one week. Ghost Dragons and I are thinking of some weekly things. All right, Shauna. The old stories tell us that magic takes place where 2 or sometimes 3 worlds meet. The crossroads, the hours of dawn, dusk, and midnight. Spiritual transformation is not easily made in the mundane places we dwell each day amidst drab and comfortable surroundings. Seek out the liminal places, neither fully of one world or another. Perform a ritual with sacred words and gestures that set you outside of everyday time and space. Garb yourself in evocative clothes and take on a secret name that better reflects the truth you feel within you. Drum, dance, and call upon the divine into your presence. It is from this place between the planes that the magic will flow into you, and from here it will touch every part of your life. Your mind, your spirit, and your body will be all awakened by the experience. This may be an ideal time for purification as it may ease your mind and cleanse the energy around you. Ask yourself, how can I transform my situation within and without? Where can I go that will make my spirit feel alive? So this is a message of magic. Shauna, this is a message of magic, so to speak. But what it's saying is to create your own. So yes, you can do some rituals and you can get some spell work done if that's what you're seeking to do. But more practically, for people who don't go around every day dressed like, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark and boiling potions, I would say that this is telling you definitely cleanse. So use some sage, any kind of sage will do. Black sage, dragon's blood, jasmine, or plain old sage, blue sage. Those are the main ones that I work with, like in my everyday. So I would use that just to cleanse yourself. Have someone have Cosmo sage you, arms up in the air, sage, sage, sage. I feel like this is saying, though, like what we were talking about in the beginning about just trying your very best despite everything or anything terrible that may be going on, or how maybe defeated or overwhelmed, fearful, upset, all those lower vibrational feelings, no matter how many of those or how much of those you may be feeling, that you can kind of bring yourself back from that. And I would say watching what you eat, trying to meditate a little bit more. If you pray, I definitely would see you praying a lot more, maybe attending church or a synagogue, like whatever your religion of choice is. If you're not religious, I would push you, if I could, into some healing ritualistic meditations. Okay. And you can find them, good ones, on YouTube. I can send you some if you'd like. Just hit me up for those. But I feel like this is saying that you have to find the power within you, but like literally find it and pull it out, because sickness or anger, pain, heartbreak, hatred, jealousy, all of those lower, I'm not saying you're feeling all of them, but feelings that stir up in us like that remain a constant because you may be going through something physical or health wise, or you may be going through something, you know, emotional. It does really wear us down, and it brings us to a place that sometimes we can't get back from. So I would suggest that you definitely do a sage cleansing, maybe invest in a few crystals that'll higher your vibration and also that ground you. I can suggest some if you don't know. And then work on like ritualistic spiritual meditations for healing, healing of the mind, body, soul, spirit, and psyche. And I know that's a very specific message, but that's what I have for you this week. Blue Crossroads, we're going to use Earth and Bone. This is a great deck. It just kind of popped out at me. Like the other two I've been waiting for, like Deep, Dark, and Dangerous for like a long time. This one, I just opened up Amazon for the first time in like a month and found it. Mr. Blue Crossroads. Portal. Card number 39. Originality, idealism, progression, opening, accessing. This is a transformative moment in your life where you are about to walk through the door into a new world. You can use this wisdom or experience to your advantage if you create a new perspective through self-development. Go forward, dear one. You are protected by divinity's circle of love. In the direction you flow, there is a new earth, or should we say fresh beginnings, to be discovered. This is a natural progression in the right direction. Let go of the negative emotions that no longer serve you. Trust in Spirit's guidance. You'll be safe under their protection. Drop the layers of security and embrace your vulnerability. You may face adversity as you go against the grain, but your wisdom is grounded and rooted in Earth's nurturing energy, and you will flourish as a result. As you begin to dig beneath the treads that others imprinted on you, release the burdens of feeling stepped on. Release the responsibilities of feeling trodden on as you begin to dig beneath the treads that others have imprinted on you. Permit the water to wash over you and carry any burdens away. There is comfort and solace in solitude as you break loose from the herd. The seeds that have been sown are continuing to grow, and despite the rocky ground, your roots are firmly rooted, allowing your aspirations to flourish. You began by learning how to walk, then dug beneath the surface to remove trespassers' imprints. You sowed your seeds and watched them grow and flourish. You are about to be given the opportunity to reap their bounty. Your inner calling is inviting you to reflect on the past and heal from it so that you can embrace a fresh start. Your affirmation for this week: I'm evolving every day. I am an expression of consciousness in physical form. Yeah. This is actually a really deep card, Blue Crossroads. And I feel like it's saying that it's time for you to move on from something or someone that no longer serves you. I feel like it's definitely something involving your past. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, it could just be old feelings arising. Like you accidentally stumble across someone's Facebook who like pissed you off and did something horrible to you 20 years ago. Like something, it could be something small like that. But whatever it is, it's like all of these old feelings and emotions are coming up, or they're going to be in the next week or two. So what the universe is saying is like, do whatever it takes to let this go, to just say to yourself and demand from the universe a fresh start. Like, this is what I want out of life. I'm willing to do A, B, and C to get it. Now, where do I go from here? Be sure to stay grounded. Don't let negative emotions like rage, anger, hurts, jealousy, fear, all of those emotions get in the way. You seem like a pretty stoic, put together guy. Your energy is very strong and very alpha and very, poker faced, how I call it. But the universe is saying that there's something that's about to be happening that might make you drop that mask and make that facade fall. And it's okay when that happens, because that means you're ready to let go of whatever it is and move on. Let's see how long it takes him to realize he's on mute. A, B, C, D.
Okay, I'll just leave. You think I was kidding? No. Say hi to Jake Smith.
I'm sorry. Shelly, honey, I am more than willing to help you. I just one, it's usually pretty late when you message me. And two, I think that we need to talk. Like, I can't do phone calls. I just simply can't do them. But if we did a face-to-face video chat just for a little bit, I think I might be able to better understand what it is you're saying, because I feel like you're so happy to have someone interested in listening. No, I want to explain this to you, that you don't realize that everything you say jumbles because you want to get it all out quickly. But what we really have to do to get to the bottom of what's going on with you is work with one thing at a time. We can't just take everything and get rid of it all at once. So let's try to find the time to do that, because I hate watching you come in here and suffer. Whether you were talking about me or not, I'm your friend, and I don't want to see you suffering like this. You are spiritually suffering and in this warfare, and to feel like you're all alone, I can't abide by it. But we do have to get to the bottom of each thing and then work on each thing little by little. It's going to take a while, but I think we can do it if we can get like the right timing, and get like a video call. I hope you are doing better. If you're not, reach out to me like during the day. Any day but a Wednesday is fine for now. And we'll see if we can work through some of it. I'm sorry, who was next?
I was just saying, Jake Smith popped in.
Oh, I didn't see him. Hi, Jake.
Yeah. So I
if
just
you're
let you
still
know
here.
that. Ann is next. Ann Palmer.
All right, Miss Ann. And I'm going to use angels. I'm sorry. Excuse me, myths and mermaids. Mom got bit by a spider, guys.
Is that what it was?
It was a spider.
That's what I figured.
They looked to see if it was venomous or not. Hi, Jake. It's so nice to see you again. My goodness. I feel so special. I got Chad coming in. Sunny was coming in. Cassie, now Jake. I hope you're well. Andrew, yeah, it was. So my mom started freaking out today in the kitchen. She was shaking really bad and like really like feeling sick. So I'm like, I guess I got to kill a bug, you know, like what's going on? But something bitter on her thumb, and it was like really swollen. And I'm like, I don't have a panic mode unless it comes to like with my kids. Otherwise, I like, I remember being at a baseball game and watching someone bust his head open because he fell, and I was just eating my popcorn, like trying to get him to move out of the way while like EMTs worked on him. I just don't have a panic button. So I would try to be like the voice of reason, but she went to emergent care. They said she was bit by a spider twice, which is weird because they usually don't bite more than once at a time. But she's okay. It wasn't venomous, and she's all right. No, thank God it wasn't anything venomous.
Not that far north. It's pretty rare for them to be that up.
She was immediately convinced it was like a lanternfly, and like I'm not laughing, but like I kind of am. They didn't know what kind. They just knew it wasn't venomous.
Yeah, recluses are further now south. I mean, they're working their way up, but yeah, they haven't.
I don't know. I might have seen some of those in Rockaway when I lived like back at Ray's.
It depends on where the environment is. You'd probably where you're at now. You'd be very rare to see one. I mean,
yeah, because we're by the beach.
Pack it in and bring it in.
And you got Archimboldo mermaid. Wow. Alone we drift, distractedly a party drawn apart. Together we're invincible, a living work of art. At first glance, she's a pretty mermaid lass, gazing soulfully with her large, pale eyes. A closer inspection reveals the myriad of fish and other ocean dwellers that comprise her luxuriant tail, combining to create a living work of art. Divination, the sum of your parts. Lately, you've been experiencing feelings of self-deprecation. Maybe you've been studying your figure with a dissatisfied eye or bemoaning the size of your feet, both of which I do on a regular basis. You need to stop the hypercritical analyzing before you think any lower. You are so much more than a collection of your parts, and other people do not look at you through the lens of a microscope, and it's unhealthy to do so yourself. Concentrate instead on the beautiful person you are as a whole and treat yourself with love and affection. This is so true. Yeah, so I feel like you could just be down. You know, we're all in these dark nights of the souls at different levels. We're all going through our own stuff. And like, who doesn't look at themselves with a hypercritical eye? We never should. And if we do, we should always like pull ourselves out of that habit. But many of us are doing that right now because of the energy, right? I always say like the sleepers took over. So, and if you're not already doing that, it's probably going to be this week where like you just start feeling down on yourself. And the suggestion from the universe is to think about all the good things you've done for people. Do something that makes you happy, even if it's just, you know, sitting on your back porch with a cup of green tea and, you know, a Cuban cigar. I don't know. Whatever makes you feel good, makes you happy. And I think that you should just take a rest this week. Just pull back from other people so you're not thinking that people are being hypercritical, even if they're not. And focus inward. Focus on your beautiful heart and soul. Focus on the things you love about yourself. Write them down if you have to. It's not egotistical or narcissistic to think you have, you know, pretty eyes or a nice butt or, you know, it's to feel good about yourself. Because when you're confident in yourself, you do kind of command a room. So if you start getting down, definitely get out, do something, or do something for yourself. Treat yourself.
Okay, you ready?
What a nice little message that was.
Eris Mana.
Hey, Eris. Eris, let's do Wisdom of the House tonight for you as well.
You know we're missing some people. Aunt Edna.
Well, yes, we are missing it, Anna. Jake
Yes.
Smith, you just text me. I have the same phone number. So if you need a reading or if you need to talk, I didn't change my number. If you don't have it and you have the same number, I can easily text you. Same Jake. Yeah, where is he at, Anna?
And Black's not here. And nobody else is streaming at the moment. Not that I could tell. I looked.
Eris, you got the denial card, card number 14. Not everything is in reach, my child. Sometimes I must create distance between what you want and when or how you are meant to receive it. Consider the wait for your highest good. You are not meant to achieve what you want to achieve right now. Keep the faith, for if you wait and show patience, I will reveal some wondrous things later. This is a gentle warning not to get caught up in your desire to reach your goal too soon. You may choose sour fruit that only looks ripe and juicy. In this case, I alone know when the time is ripe. Have patience, my child. You're so welcome. And it's so good to see you again. I'm so happy you're back. Eris, this is telling you that whatever you've been waiting for, whether it be a phone call, a new job, or whatever you were thinking about attempting, just for this week, now is not the right time. So don't ask that person out. Don't go on that job interview. Don't buy that car. The universe is saying, just wait another week. And let whatever it is come to you, or let yourself be more prepared. So you can either sit back and wait a little while longer for it to be time for you to gain or achieve what or whoever this is, or you can put more practice and focus into what or whoever it is, and then, you know, try again next week. But this week is not the time to, again, treat it like a retrograde, a Mercury retrograde. No major purchases, no major decisions. Be very careful what you say so it's not misinterpreted in any way. And basically, if you have a yes or no question, the answer is no right now. Just for this week, because these are only weekly or, 2-week readings. Who's next?
Okay, Vixen Doe.
Vixen Doe, what do you know? All right. I am using Mythical Goddess that I picked up without even realizing I was picking it up.
Oh, yeah, we're most meant to, probably.
What happened?
I said you probably meant to.
Oh, for sure. Normally I look over, but they were like suddenly in my hand. So you got the Ace of Wind, Vixen Doe, the card of realization. Astara is the goddess of starlit skies who brings powerful and immediate realization of the illuminated mind. She is the mental breakthrough into conscious understanding. The realization that Astara brings can be mind-blowing. Her halo radiates heavenly wisdom and understanding, bringing enlightenment of the mind through comet-like bursts of ideas and visions. Open to her immediate gifts of power and blessing for razor-sharp mental clarity, Astara is bringing you the cosmic light of realization when you need it the most. Let her gifts pierce through stagnant attitudes and beliefs to activate your cellular memory and stellar vision. Open to her realization and then act upon your new understanding. So something that's been hidden from you, that you weren't seeing clearly, maybe that you weren't understanding, like you're like, why didn't I get that opportunity? Or why doesn't this person like me? Or, you know, why did A, B, or C happen or not happen? I'm gonna have to do something about this heat kicking up. It's going to be revealed to you this week or next week. I see more like this week, but if it doesn't happen this week, there's something going to come to light. Something that I feel like you kind of already had an idea of what this was, but you were like, you knew someone was hiding something from you, or there was some reason that something happened that you're like, this can't possibly be all there is. You're going to find out for sure this week, whatever that is, whoever betrayed you. I don't feel like it's good news. Like it's going to be like something like you didn't get a job because, you know, your best friend went to the employer and told him like, I don't know, you do drugs. I don't know. Something like that. Like a realization of a hidden betrayal is coming in this week or the week after. Yes, Jilly, I did put your card aside because I had pulled it before I realized you weren't here. You were only second.
You can go ahead and do her.
Yeah, because I have
a card here. And then Ralph will be next.
Okay. Jilly, it's Deep, Dark, and Dangerous deck. It's card number 44. It's dangerous card. It's the Puka, and it's the card of mischief. Yeah, I was just about to put it back, too. I was like, she's not coming back.
Timed that just right.
Huh?
She timed that just right.
Yeah, definitely, because I was just going to put it back in the deck. I had the deck next to it. Sorry, guys. I need my nicotine. You know what I'm saying? All right.
I'm going to have one here soon.
You can be both playful and earnest. Be upfront with your intentions. Beware of people who you know are not being transparent with you. Jilly, lying by omission is still lying. Honesty is the best policy. Build playfulness back into your life. Hi, applesauce. The Irish puka is one of the deftest shapeshifters within mythos. It can easily change between the forms of almost any animal. Guys, remember, don't engage, just report and block if anything should come up, okay? It can easily change between the forms of almost any animal, from something large like a horse or wolf to a raven, fox, or rabbit. These creatures, though, always have dark fur and a shining, sleek appearance. The puka can also change into more humanoid shape like a goblin or a human, but usually the ears are a giveaway. They always remain furry and animalistic. Pukas have a reputation for being mischievous and generally not lethal, although there are some rare stories that paint them as the latter. In some counties, I think it's supposed to say countries, in some countries, the puka is welcomed and even courted, and in others, feared and not encouraged. Puka Day is 1st November, the day after Samhain, and as such, any food still in the fields on this day is considered fey-blasted and is offered to the puka. One of the most common stories is of riding them. The puka changes into the form of a beautiful black stallion and encourages a human to ride it. Sometimes the animal might be a black goat or a bull, but there is an invitation to ride. The human gets on what looks like a sweet and gentle animal and then gets the ride of their lives. The puka rears up, jumps up in the air, and runs flat out with the poor terrified human trying to hold on. Unlike Celkies, the puka will not drag the human into their lair to kill them or drown them. They just want to enact some mischief. Hey, Michigan, UFO sightings and paranormal encounters. I got to tell you guys a funny story about Michigan UFO when I'm done here. The puka has the power of human speech and sometimes uses this to warn a human they like of a danger to them. One myth describing this benevolence includes a puka in rabbit form being attacked by dogs and a young human saved it. The puka is released in safety by the tender-hearted boy, and the puka is grateful. The boy does not know what the black rabbit he has saved is indeed a puka. One day, the young boy is traveling from one farm to another and does not realize there is a robber on the road. The puka hops out to the boy and begins to speak in a human voice. The boy is afraid, but the puka is able to calm him and warn him about the robber ahead. The boy turns back and is able to tell some adults, and the robber is scared off. Another example of the puka as a protective entity is when it intervenes if a human is about to come into contact with a nasty spirit or the source of bad magic. In myths such as this, the puka reveals itself in its special name to the human to prove its goodwill. In many Celtic and Scottish stories of the Fae, no magical creature will reveal its name to a human, as there is a belief that knowing a creature's true name can give the human power over it. This, of course, goes double for Shapeshifter, who is able to change identities at will and protect itself. This shows that the puka offers an earnest trust to the human it chooses to assist. Your plant companion is Time, and your crystal companion is Peridot, or the August birthstone. So every once in a while, I'll be typing on my phone, sending a message, and it's usually when I'm using voice text. Like, for instance, if I'm talking to Ghost Dragons, I'll be like, really long text, like, okay, you know, had kind of a rough day, but I'm about to get the stream up. I only have blah, blah, blah. I'm going on and on and on. And like a sentence will be like, do you need a password for the stream? And my phone, and it does this at least 3 times a week, will say, do you need the password for the stream, Michigan UFO sightings? And like their whole name will come up and then erase itself. Yeah, it'll be like, do you need the password for the stream, Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal encounters? And then it'll just go backwards. I don't know why. That's the only contact in my phone that it does that. One time I even messaged them like, hey, are you guys okay? Because you're like popping up on my phone. So, okay, Miss Jilly Doom. Yeah, it's still doing it, by the way. This card is definitely saying that, number one, you need to get a bit more fun in your life. And I think we talked about this before. And Michigan UFO, sorry, Jilly, definitely. You guys message me whenever or email me. I want to promote the new book, so I'd love to come on again. Plus, end of the year predictions with the Oracle. I got a bunch of new great decks. So you guys hit me up and give me your info so I can send you a book. Okay, sorry, Jilly. So, Jilly, this is saying, number one, get out and have more fun. Sitting around feeling sorry for yourself or even trying to work things out with someone, trying to figure things out, like you are overwhelming your spirit. It's hard to do that, but you're doing it. And that's not a judgment or an indictment. We all do it. There is someone that's keeping something hidden from you. And I just said this to Vixen Doe. I think you pretty much have an idea, but the difference here is that you want so badly for whatever this is to not be true that you're trying to convince yourself that you don't know what you know, okay? And the universe is saying lie, even by lying by omission. Give me 1 second. Or like, can my wrenches get rid of that for me? Even lying by omission is still lying. So not accepting those types of things in your life, okay? Not accepting people who aren't going to be 100% truthful with you, okay? And knowing that you deserve better than that and that you're not going to treat other people that way, you know? Being met halfway at least. All right, equal give and take in all relationships. And anyone who can't abide by that or respect your boundaries, then you're going to have to get rid of them out of your life or give them a warning and then get rid of them if they haven't learned from it. All right. And this definitely has to do with somebody already in your life. You want so badly to think the best of them. You want so badly for their promises to be true. You want so badly to believe in them that you're overlooking negative things about them that you know shouldn't be overlooked, like lying. No one wants, like, the worst thing to be with is someone who lies, because a liar, you know, will go to any length to cover up their lies. And someone who thinks lying by omission is okay is usually a narcissistic person, in my experience, and we don't want to deal with them either.
Okay, Ralph and Cassie.
Ralph and Cassie. All right. I just got to think for a minute. Ralph and Cassie, I'm going to use energy and spirit. Guys, don't forget, I hate to be so, what do you call it? So hypercritical of new people that come in or hyper suspicious, but I just don't know. Like, I don't trust anyone anymore to not be coming in here to start crap with me, especially like some personal things going on with me as far as my career. So when people come in new, I want my wrenches to pay very close attention to what they say. Don't feed them, okay? If you see them say something, if they're new, they might get maybe one warning. If they start talking about stuff that obviously they know could get me in trouble, just report, block. Don't engage. I don't want to give them the satisfaction of interaction. No, they ain't, Callie. I don't want to be like, hey, what did they say? Oh my God. Like, I don't even want to give them the satisfaction of that, because there is some attempted sabotage going on behind the scenes with me in certain aspects of my career. And that's all I'll say about it. So there are people that are coming in just to try to get me in trouble, to get me to lose subscribers, you know, spreading rumors, gossip, all that kind of stuff out of sheer jealousy. And I'm dealing with it gracefully, like I tried to. But when things like that happen, let's not even feed them. Okay, Ralph and I almost said Ralph and Andrew because I looked up and saw Andrew's name. Ralph and Cassie, sensitivity and strength, tapping the forces within, card number 3, and it is in the shadow in the reverse. Yes, they is jealous, girl. They are jealous. Jelly belly. The confusion card, that's not it. Card number 3, not card number 13. Duh, Gemma. This card reversed reveals the strength that flourishes within you, yet sometimes remains untapped. Being sensitive doesn't mean you have to be passive. It's time to bring some active yang energy to your life and stand in your true power. If you have a difficult time expressing your needs, taking action, or making requests of the people around you, you must challenge your old fear-based habits. You have a deep inner strength that can help you do and say all that empowers you. Call upon your own higher self and your spirit friends for the courage to speak up, take control, and drive your own destiny forward. No matter how sensitive you are, you now have the power to realize the unlimited strength of your own soul. Your affirmation for this week: I express my sensitivity and strength in equal measure. I always have the courage to take the most honoring approach. Thank you, Miss Shelley. You guys are so sweet. I love you guys. Always making me feel good about myself, which is why I want to give this back to you. Yes, Julie, exactly. So, Ralph, what I'm seeing here is that I feel a decision type of energy here. Like, you've made a decision and that you're very confident in, you know, you're standing in, you're good, but then somebody else is making you question this, or some other situation is making you question this decision that you made. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's a week or two. I think it's coming in this week, though. Like, you're standing firm in your decision, no or yes, whichever one. I was going to say no, so it might be more toward no. But either way, you've decided what's best for yourself in this particular relationship or situation, whatever it may be. Do not let anyone come in and tell you what's right for you, what's best for you, what you should have decided, what you shouldn't decide, what you should think, feel, who you should love. Nothing like that. Whatever this is about, and it's only one card, so I have no idea. Stand firm in your initial decision. Trust your gut instinct. Trust your first response and reaction, because that is going to be what gets you the furthest. Don't like wobble back and forth, like weeble wobble. What do they call it? Just don't shift back and forth. Stand firm in any of your decisions that you make, especially this week. That's the message from the universe. Nobody has the right to question why you're doing something. If you're confident that you're doing it for the right reasons and that it's the right decision for you, then it is.
Sorry about that. I was sneezing.
What?
I said, I'm sorry, I was sneezing.
Oh, that's okay. Flip-flop, that's it. Your initial response and reaction is usually the best one, so just go with that. But I do feel like heavy strain on you. Like, I'm feeling like this weight, like, oh, now I'm going to disappoint this person if I continue on with this decision. The universe is saying they'll get over it. Do what's best and right for you. Trust your gut.
Okay, Mike is next.
Night, fairies. Yes, you guys, I love this stream. This stream is amazing. I always feel better for having been here, you know? Yes, thank you. I do appreciate donations. That's not why I do it, but that does help. And I love the energy of this room every week. No matter what I'm going through, no matter what I'm dealing with, I come in here and I leave feeling better. And that's what I want for all of you guys. I want you all to leave here at least feeling a little better than when you came in. Michigan UFO sightings and paranormal encounters. If you're not hanging out, let me know, okay? Because I know you guys with other podcasts and streams come in and out. I get it. I appreciate the support, but then I can read for you. Mike, you got card number 19, the card of release. I let go of that which does not serve me. The Fairy of Release welcomes us to channel all our thoughts and feelings about a given situation, hold on tightly, and then mindfully let it all go. Finding peace in the situation, healing, letting go, letting God, open hands, open hearts, release to a higher power. Imagine or visualize your thoughts fluttering around like butterflies dancing in your consciousness. Buddhist mindfulness meditation welcomes us to follow our consciousness down through the fluttering thoughts of the mind and into the heart center where the soul resides in all its wisdom. Visualize the transformation now as you open your heart and release, creating a clear channel for that which must come through you. Your affirmation for this week, I release, and in doing so, I create space for love. I know that I am only love. Practice mindfulness meditation. Sound familiar? To release negative or intrusive thoughts throughout your day. It's as simple as taking a few breaths and asking the Fairy of Release to guide your efforts with all her magic and might. So that's being consciously aware of your energetic and emotional vibration. If you start to feel crappy, stop and think about why. Then turn the situation around. Also, letting go of people, places, things, relationships, jobs, situations that do not serve you. That doesn't mean quit your job if you don't have another one and don't be able to pay your bills. But it does mean if something is making you unhappy and you know you can do better, because we can always do better than what we're already doing, right? Even at our best, because as humans, that's kind of our job here. That's why we're on this dang planet in this dang realm and dimension, right? You've definitely heard that before because I say it to you at least twice a week. You've got to practice that mindfulness, but also manifesting better for yourself. Like when you're suffering or when you start to feel hopeless, helpless, like I said, stop, think about why, what caused it. If it was a who caused it, and then figure out how to get rid of them, get them out of your life, situations and people alike. Sometimes people can be just as damaging to our psyche and to our self-esteem as things that happen to us. And I think we all know that, you know? Nut slap. I'm going to use Night Fairies on you too.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have to say anything.
Well, I read it.
I know. I guess you don't need me anymore. I'm gone. Bye. See ya.
Yeah, Michigan UFO sightings, definitely. Hey, come back here. Just like I said, just text me. I'm usually done with this pretty late, but I've got a lot of free time going on in the next few months, so I am at your service. I keep trying to take a screenshot when that happens, when I'm using the voice to text. It's so weird because I have maybe 300 numbers in my phone, and it only happens with your guy's name. So, Nut Slap, you got card number 16, the card of resilience. And this is going to be a good card for something that you and I were talking about, which I will not throw you out there and spill your tea, but, you know, your big move, the reason why you did it, that kind of stuff. Chilly, not me. I adapt quickly. Even in the harshest winter breeze, she is at ease. The Fairy of Resilience adapts, evolves, and moves forward, no matter what harsh conditions she must endure. Ready for more? Rolling with the punches, surviving, thriving, the underdog. Imagine a whipping wind swirling around you and chilling you to the bone. Suddenly, the great white wolf appears. His presence fills you with warmth as you snuggle up and rest, protected from the elements. You instantly feel stronger, you're warm, and you gain energy with each new breath. When you open your eyes, pledge your heart to living a resilient life and thrive. Your affirmation for this week, I am resilient, vibrant, and thriving. I love my life. Sounds a lot like my manifestation affirmations this week. Practice mindful resilience by actively acknowledging your progress each day, how far you have come, and how easy it is to forget to pat ourselves on the back. Give yourself more credit for all those times you chose to not only survive but thrive. 3 cheers for the underdog. Hip, hip, nut slap. Hip, hip, nut slap. Hip, hip. This is a kudos to you for being able to find a way no matter what. As human beings, we're survivors, but I feel like Nutslap, what this card is saying is there is something specific that's been bothering you lately, something that was unexpected that came up for you that you went through. And I think you know what it is because it popped into my head immediately of a certain aspect of your situation. And the universe is saying, find a way not only to get through it, but to make something better out of it. So if you feel like you're just settling, or if you feel like some type of dream was destroyed due to other people or situation, circumstances beyond your control, find a way to make a different dream happen. You're a survivor. You are thriving spiritually, whether you realize it or not. We all are. We just have to, it's out there, right? Spiritually thriving. We just have to take it, put it in our heart, and then believe it with all our soul. So if you're unhappy in your situation, you're resilient. Figure out a way to become happy. What will make you happier in every aspect of your life? What will make you happier in your job area? What will make you happier with your interpersonal relationships, relationships with family, your living situation, whatever the case may be? It goes on and on and on. Now's the time. The universe is offering you abundance and offering you the upper hand, but you have to put out there what you want.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Melissa Nicole.
Melissa, I'm going to use the Dark Goddess deck for you. There's another like Wild Woman Wisdom deck coming out that I can't wait to get, but it's on pre-order.
What about a Wild Men deck?
What is it? What?
I said, what about a Wild Man deck?
They actually, once I get all my decks back, when I get my belongings, so I got the, it's some feminine deck. I don't remember what it's called. Oh, Goddesses, something in Goddesses. It's for women, but they have the, something in Goddesses, and they have Titans and Gods that I'm also getting. So that's more, not that it has to be for men. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It doesn't have to be for men, but I do use like the Lantern Oracle. I usually read for women because it does have a more feminine energy. Right. So I'm going to get Gods and Titans, and they have a couple that are geared more towards men. And I have more male subscribers than I have female, so probably a good investment. But they do have this Wild Woman. They have another like Witch Oracle, like Dark Goddess. It's like Dark Goddess, a different edition, but it's like $50, but it's a Wild Man deck. Yeah. But it's like $50. And then there was another one that was cheaper that I was like, okay, I can do this, you know, because I only buy decks with donation to make sure that your guys' money goes to like good, what it's supposed to be going to for the most part. But I read the reviews and it was like, it's a Dark Goddess deck, but it has Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene and not Hecate or Isis. So I was like, whoever wrote that is a little confused. Who is this? I'm so sorry. Melissa, you got maths. Equilibrium sets you free, so focus on integrity. The scales of justice weighs all blight. Releasing judgments keeps the heart light. By the power of the Dark Goddess and me, protection in place, blessed be. You've been carrying around the weight of the world on your shoulders for quite a long time. Your heart feels so heavy with the responsibility of burdens forced upon you and of the love you give so freely and yet do not receive. You have always stood for justice, truth, and morality, and your heart is saddened that others around you do not adhere to the same principles. You feel unbalanced, that you are not in control, that chaos is ruling your life, and that you are being sucked into a dark chasm of despair. Help is at hand. For Matt has heard your cry, Melissa, and will remove anything that is unbalanced from your life. Others are judging you for what you're trying to achieve. Matt asks you to destroy untruths by becoming the judge of your own life and your own self. It's time to feel as light as a feather as you unburden your heart from the wrongdoing of others. The day of judgment has finally arrived. Avoid criticizing the efforts of others. You've been judging yourself way too harshly. Someone is keeping the truth from you. Don't be afraid to speak up. Your honesty will ensure the desired outcome. The worst is now behind you. Keep your material and spiritual lives in balance. So, Shelly, there is definitely a connection. We just have to get together and figure out what it is. I don't believe in coincidence at all. And with you, it's kind of like, I don't know, there's a million coincidences between us. Melissa, I feel like you know definitely what this is. Any relationship situation that's no longer serving you, that you feel stuck in. Not only do you feel stagnant, you feel stuck in it, like you can't get out. The universe is saying, look, we're going to offer you a way out soon. It's not going to be this week, maybe by the end of the year and coming in the new year. But you have to do something too. Yes, you have to claim it. Okay. But you also have to speak boldly about what you want. This doesn't mean putting yourself in danger or doing anything crazy, but it does mean standing up for yourself when it's smart to do so and being quiet when it's smart to do so. But when you're quiet, not just being quiet out of fear or out of some sense of obligation to whoever is hurting you or whatever is hurting you, but knowing in your heart that you're going to get a way out. Okay. As long as you keep your own integrity, stay focused on doing the right thing, keep your side of the street clean. Someone is keeping secrets from you. I feel like you know this, but don't want to accept it, because if you're stuck in a situation with somebody, just say, for instance, and I'm not saying this is what it is, you're in a romantic relationship that's become toxic, chaotic, codependent, maybe even abusive, right? But you have no family or friends that you can live with. So you're stuck living with this abusive person, this horrible person that definitely doesn't deserve you or treat you right. So you may feel like you can't speak up, or you may feel like they can just do whatever they want. It doesn't matter if they're lying to you, because what can you do about it anyway? And the universe is saying that time is over. There is going to be something you can do about it, but you have to start looking for opportunities. You have to open your eyes to what's around you. Open your eyes to what's really in front of you. And I'll say it like I said it before to someone else: lying by omission is lying. Okay. And if you have to explain that to someone, then that's on them. Keep your side of the street clean. Stay focused on the end game, the end goal. Okay. Yes, Jake Smith, exactly. I'm sorry.
Cowie's next. Cowie's next.
Cowie. Let's see. Cowie, I'm going to use Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. Vera, do you want to just wait a minute and I can do your reading and then do Cowie? I don't think he'd mind.
It's not that far down. We can flip you around.
Yeah, I mean, I could do Vera quick. I'm sure Cowie won't care.
He says it's cool.
All right, so let me read for Vera real quick. Thank you, Cowie.
Thank you very much, sir, or whatever. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Jake,
I agree. I'm sorry, what?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I don't understand you sometimes.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's like it only happens on stream, though. It never happens when we're like talking in real life or like over the phone. It's so weird.
Yeah, it is. My mic is not the best. I'm going to have to start using my headset, maybe.
As soon as I get mine back. Is Vera here?
Did she leave?
I don't know. I'm going to wait one more minute. If not, I'll just pull for Cowie.
Vera, come back.
Come back. We have to remember that she dips out. All right.
Yeah.
She's not answering, so. All right. Cowie, I'm going to use Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. Cowie, you got loneliness, Lemire. I know. I just feel bad because she always She comes in and waits a little bit, but then I forget that she can't like hang out all night with us. We'll remember that for next time.
Yes, I'll note it down.
All right, Callie. You can be solitary without feeling lonely. I should take the advice of this card for real, Zil. Your true power comes from the inside out. Are your fears real? You cannot let unnamed fears interrupt your own peace of mind. You should be aware of your ancestors and the bloodlines that have created you. 405er! The ancient Romans had a name for spirits that were lonely and wandering, lemurs. These were not benevolent spirits because of the disrespect shown to their corpses. Burial rites had not been arranged, and it was said that the living had forgotten them, or the manner of their deaths meant that they could not go in peace and were restless. The poet Ovid described them as potentially vengeful. There were complex, placating rites that every household knew to perform, called the Lemuria. They kept any lemurs at bay and kept them satisfied and benevolent towards that family. We know that lemurs were both fearsome and fearful. Many could be disturbed or easily scared away by a loud sound or by banging pots. I'm so sorry. Jake, you better not go anywhere without a reading. Please wait. They were often actually quite timid but frightening, of course, to see. Like the unnamed and nebulous fears that our brains sometimes entertain, once challenged or placated, these ghosts were not so fearful anymore. The most malevolent lemurs were those who were seeking revenge or asking for someone to atone for crimes committed against them. If justice could be done in these cases, the lonely lemurs would be able to stop their wanderings and eventually seek the underworld. Bat Mom! Oh my gosh! That's another person we've been missing. Callie, I feel like this is saying that you're having some fears, or some fears are going to be coming in about something exciting or something big happening, okay? Something momentous, right? And that these fears are not real. They're coming from a place inside you that isn't confident, or a place inside you that's like remembering when something similar, didn't go well for you. It's also... These fears are being created by you, okay? They're not being given to you by spirit or your ancestors or the universe to show you a warning or teach you a lesson. They're actually just being brought up inside of you. And that's what the universe is saying. So whatever this momentous occasion, whatever this big thing is, whether you know what it is or not, it is going to reveal itself within the next week or two. Don't let the fear get the best of you. Don't let fear take hold and stop you from doing what it is you set out to do, because you're on the cusp of something mega, major, big. I don't know if it's in relationship, career, finance, your living situation. Like, I don't know what it is, but this is something that you've worked hard for, you've waited for, you've dreamt of, you've manifested, whether you know it or not. And now that it's all happening, even though it's not happening like this, it's going to take some time. Now that you see it all starting to come to fruition, you're starting to get afraid. And I said this a few weeks ago, and I say it all the time in like real life here personally. I don't think it's that I'm afraid of failure as much as I'm afraid of success. And I feel like that's kind of what you're going through here. So don't let irrational fears be the cause of stopping you from achieving your goals or of attaining some step toward your dream. Bad Mom, I'm so sorry you're having a bad night. I knew we were missing more than just Aunt Edna. Jake, did you leave? Or were you joking with someone?
Okay.
Hey, Shauna. Good night, Blue Crossroads. Who's next?
Shelley Montgomery. Good night, folks. Be safe. Be well. Blessings, Sean.
Shelley, I'm going to use the Oracle of the Witch. I'm going to message Aunt Edna after this stream, guys. Shelley, I'm using Oracle of the Witch because it's more of a spiritual, I don't want to say spiritual deck. It's more of like a supernatural deck where it has some ritual in it, and it concerns people with the kind of issues you're having. I've been reluctant to use it because it's very specific for witches, mainly people with abilities and who are dealing with spirit. So when I read for those types of people personally, or with clients that are going through that kind of stuff, I use this deck. But I'm going to use it for you tonight to see if maybe we can get a message from spirit or your ancestors, someone or something that's going to come through clear to help you until you and I can get together. And you did get the crone. It's the death card, and you got it in the shadow, so it's in the reverse. And we know death does not mean death. It actually means major change coming in. Nick Y, it's so funny you came in right now, because I was just going to tell Jake Smith how much you guys remind me of each other, but he just left without even saying goodbye. So I was very happy to see him. I'm always happy when people I haven't spoken to in a while come in and say what's up and show their support. It feels good to have the support of the community around you, as well as the people in the community. So Shelly, here it is. The crone death card in the reverse shadow position. Wisdom speaks to you beyond the veil of death. Embrace it and surrender, releasing all fear. Nuts here, I think. Finding yourself between the worlds, neither here nor there, is not comforting when you feel half dead but also half alive, trying to hold on to what's left of the light. But be warned, for the pull of darkness is consuming when the crone is exposed, and you should be careful not to be drawn into the shadows, for this is where the darkness seems most inviting. The crone is the mistress of magic, the all-powerful sorceress who summons up power from all that she is. All things in nature have a darker side, which is essential when it comes to transformation and should not be avoided, for light can only be seen through darkness. Both have a necessary purpose, and one cannot exist without the other. Allow the crone to envelop, and blah, blah. Allow the crone to envelop you with her dark cloak, blocking out the comfort zone you've been holding on to too tightly. It is the only way for you to truly see. As you take up your sword and battle through the dark forest, you will be blind for a while, with only the crone as unwelcome company to guide you. She will take you to the darkest place to shed light on what you're seeking, and will teach you how to draw strength from the dark mystery and claim the force and power that resides in the depths of your soul. Shelley, she has heard your request, your soul's cry for wholeness and balance, and to live your life to its highest and most magical potential. For you to experience the highs, it is necessary to face death and an ending that will appear cruel and merciless as the crone casts you down low. So right here, before I forget, I do want to say something is coming to an end, or something has recently come to an end, where you feel like, and I can totally relate, someone was heartless and cruel and gave no thought to your humanity or you as a person. Do not fear, for the crone's promise of death is like taking a pill that reveals a new reality. There is no turning back when the crone walks with you. The path is as long and as arduous as you decide to make it. Seize this most incredible gift that you could ever experience, for the crone is the midwife of your rebirth and requires that something must die before you can be reborn. Again, this aspect of your life, okay, that you're so unhappy with, that somebody else kind of tossed you into, and you're just blowing in the wind. The universe is saying that's okay, that's happening to you. And it's actually necessary for you to move on to this next really super amazing phase of your life. A pop, oh goodness. She is the keeper of gates between worlds, presiding over the unbidden transformation and final phase of womanhood into their croning years with the promise of an empty inner cauldron. Everything is in place to support the cycle of life and death and to bring about the magical transformation you desire, for she changes everything she touches. Face your fears and your resistance to aging and the shadow side. It's time to accept maturity and step into your wisdom. Death reveals what you've been avoiding and offers a clean slate. Work with the crone to breathe inspiration into the darkest of places. So looking around you, and even in the dark, hey Deirdre, looking around you in the dark and shining your own inner light on these entities, on this energy, on this darkness itself, and understanding that this is all a phase that's eventually going to melt away once you face it, deal with it, release the fear, and then you can move on to something new. So stop fearing the darkness, stop fearing death. Just try to look at it with a different perspective. You're on mute. Yes, I do have something against pop.
Laura.
It's called
Dixie.
soda. Lara, of course, we have to use Night Fairies for my favorite pixie. Sweet. Ooh, card number 15, Hallows Calling. This one's a really nice one. Something wicked this way comes. The Fairy of the Hallows welcomes us to the season of fall, of death, of the great cold. She brings with her a jack-o'-lantern fire to warm us, a reminder of the eternal flame of the soil that lives within us all, of the soul that lives within us all. In the most remote and distant realm of the Night Fairies, she asks us to play in the dark and confront our fears. Another card about facing our fears. Coming in from the cold, light in the darkness, dying for rebirth, purging by fire. The totem of the Hallows is not a living creature, but a carved up and dead jack-o'-lantern, beckoning us forth with its light and fire. It is a reminder to persist even in harsh circumstances. Visualize the flame as it beckons you to be your witchiest. In this meditative space, consider, how can you confront and ultimately defeat your own fears? Your affirmation for this week: I am a light in dark times and a witch for all seasons. Cackling is encouraged. Yeah, this is a beautiful card. Play in the dark just a little more in life. When the hollows call and things get scary, remember you are at home in the dark, Night Fairy. Make peace with the more morbid side of life when the time is right. It can be very fun to play in the dark. This is yet another card, and I'm sensing a general theme. Steven!
I just wanted to make you mad.
I know. I appreciate it so very much. I really, really do. Thank you. Thank you. Another card in the general theme of the night in facing our fears, okay? There's something, you don't strike me as a particularly fearful person, but as a fellow witch and someone who is a little bit more spiritually inclined, maybe even to the darker side, knowing how to work with the dark and the light, right? Both inside of us and out. I would say that there's something coming in that could make you more fearful. And I do feel like it's a dark energy or entity, okay? One or the other, take your pick, or both. And I feel like this is the universe just saying, you know exactly what to do. This is like when I told you guys these entities, these shadow entities feed on our fear. So if you can, while in sleep paralysis, I know it's hard, it takes practice, but I've been able to manage it the last 2 times, laugh. Because when you laugh, whether you mean it or not, you emit the energy of happiness, of joy, of laughter. The entity gets confused and moves on. This is kind of a warning. Set yourself up for laughter. Set yourself up to be able to defeat whatever this is. It could be something someone sent to you, Lara, which I don't understand why anyone would do that, but that's the message that I'm getting. So just do some extra protection spells and charms on yourself this week, the next 2 weeks, I would say, and to block any curses and anything that comes in that feels icky. Watch the people you hang around. Pay very close attention to the energy of the people around you, because I feel like someone could accidentally be bringing something into you that's going to latch onto you, to your light. So help this person if you can figure out who it is. Deirdre, thank you so much, sweetie.
Okay. Tracy Tritton, if she's still here.
Tracy?
Are you still here, Tracy?
You're so welcome. Guys, don't forget Shadow Entities, Sleep Paralysis, and Beyond, now available on Amazon. I'm going to keep making that announcement. If you want an autographed copy, email me at GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. Nutslap is actually another really good person to talk to, because he has like this sarcastic, funny view on a lot of things that like normally you wouldn't laugh at, that are like going on in your life, and he'll like make you laugh. Oh, Pixie, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. She says, I see bacon. Hey.
I'm sorry. I just clicked at the same time. I'll go away.
No, don't ever go away.
I'm going away. Okay. Tracy, you're not here, I take it. So
nope, moving on.
TD Dean.
I don't think he's here either.
Okay, then go. If Michigan's still here, let's do them.
Mike, I got you. Michigan did not want a reading.
Oh, that's right. So we're going to go ahead and do Batmom. You're almost done.
All right, Miss Batmom. Batmom, I would like to use the Divine Circus for you tonight.
Oh, I forgot I was leaving. Bye.
Hanging with the queens tonight. I didn't even know you were still here. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. Steampunk Priestess. Card number 7, Batmom. Appearances can deceive, yet when the time is right, incisive intuition slices through the illusion and the truth hits you between the eyes. That is the perception of reality behind the illusion. You know it when you experience it, and you know that you have to trust in what you see. So give yourself permission to acknowledge and accept the power of those insights. Don't talk yourself out of the truth. Intuition might only last for a second, and yet it can change the way you look at things forever, setting you on a more authentic course and allowing for changes to take place that you might have previously believed were impossible. The Steampunk Priestess comes to you when there is more to something or someone than initially meets the eye. You might need to look closer to understand what's happening or to trust in what you're already perceiving, even if a part of you doubts it. Do you ever get that where you just can't swallow? Because the truth of the matter in such cases would be so at odds with superficial appearances. Hey, the cat! She reminds you to trust your insight no matter how startling, surprising, or shocking that intuitive hit might be. She also brings a reminder to get focused on what matters to you. Then you won't lose precious energy by either worrying about what could go wrong or trying to sort something out in your head. When the time is right, even the most confusing situation is going to come into focus, and your understanding of the matter and what you need to do or do not do or not do will be crystal clear. Set an intention for clarity. You can do this with the healing trick below, and trust in what you see. So I had this message for someone earlier as well. It was like, you know, someone lying, or you know the situation is off. You know exactly what's going on, but it's like you refuse to allow yourself to believe that that's what's happening, because it would open too many doors up. It would leave too many questions. It would leave too much mess in its wake to have to deal with this another thing. It's better to just pretend like this person isn't lying and just believe their BS. The universe is saying no. You know what's going on. If you notice, yes, it's very steampunky, but look, that's actually her third eye opened wide. Okay. So Batmom, you are definitely onto something with your suspicions about people, about things happening around you, about whatever the situation may be, whether it's a person, a situation, or both. The universe is telling you that you know what you know. You're right on. Don't be afraid to confront someone. Don't be afraid to state your truth, but be confident in it and be assured right now with this reading and with everything else that you know deep inside of you that you are right. Okay, you're not wrong. So don't be talked out of it. Don't allow yourself to be talked out of whatever this is just because life seems like it would be easier if you allowed that to happen, right? You know what you know.
Ready?
Yes.
Nick Y, your buddy.
Andrew, I just looked at your profile picture and imagined you with hair like the steampunk priestess, and that's why I giggled. Nick, I'm going to use Angels and Ancestors because you bought me this deck, and I haven't used it yet tonight anyway.
No, Richard, I held on to you. I know you come and go. So
hey, Richard, again. I love you too, girl. Go with your gut, follow your instincts. You know what you're talking about. Don't take no poop from anybody, especially in the next 2 weeks. Richard, yeah, you'll be fine. All right, you got the snake, shed old skin. Great. Now I have that song in my head. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. Okay, Nick, cast off the old, reveal your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. In many spiritual traditions, the snake offers powerful medicine. In tantric teachings, it symbolizes the kundalini, which is the powerful serpentine energy within that allows you to reach your highest spiritual potential. When the sacred one saw a snake in nature or encountered one in a dream, they knew that there was transformation in the air. For me, the snake card not only represents the shedding of old skin, but moving beyond the limitations caused by carrying the venom of negative thoughts about others or the past. The energy of renewal is washing over your life at this time. If for some reason you feel that your true self hasn't been recognized or you've been misread by others, know this energy is now leaving you. As you've been working through your old stories and all the self-limiting beliefs that you've accumulated along the way, you've been peeling away a shield of skin that has created limiting experiences. Your own personal commitment to growth has been recognized, and now the external world will begin to reflect all of the work that you've been doing within. If you feel someone you love has misunderstood you recently, they will be able to see beyond that if you're willing to recognize your own challenges. This is a time for renewal, abundance, and connection. Let yourself be reborn and celebrated. So the shedding of old skin, right? Becoming something new, becoming a better version of yourself based on having recognized where you went wrong in certain situations, being sure that you don't repeat the same mistakes, being willing to admit that you were wrong, say you're sorry when necessary, offer forgiveness when necessary, but move on. Forgiveness does not have to equal reconciliation. So you putting yourself down, even sarcastically or as a joke, that tells the universe that you don't think very much of yourself. So what does the universe give back to you? Not very much, because you don't even think you deserve it, right? It's time to start, even if you're not feeling very confident, it's time to start behaving as though you were confident, okay? And that doesn't mean narcissistically or egotistically or like being rude or crude, but it just means that you need to have more faith and belief in yourself. And as soon as you start behaving this way, as though you deserve better, you will start receiving better. When you start saying you deserve better, and again, not in a materialistic or high maintenance type of way, but just better than what you've had, you have to also be ready and willing to give better, to give more. And once you've hit that place, get out there and look for what you're trying to find. I mean, find what you're looking for, right? So if you think that your job is dead end and stinks and you know, have been trying to find a new one forever because you feel like you're not getting paid what you're worth, you're doing 10 people's jobs, you're not appreciated, go out there and find a new job. Because now you're willing to accept that you allowed yourself to be treated this way for whatever reason you're justifying it with. And the same goes with relationships. The universe is offering you a brand new start in every aspect and area of your life where you're willing to accept your own mistakes and move on from them. Learn and grow.
Okay, Deirdre's next when you're ready.
Deirdre?
Yes.
All right, Deirdre, let's use Deep, Dark, and Dangerous. I read for myself. I do a 1-card pull every morning just to see what my day is going to be like. And then once a week, I do a 3-card spread for myself. And then once a month, I do a 7-card spread for myself. So I do read myself a lot. But no more than what you're supposed to. If you read yourself more than like once a week, then the messages start getting kind of skewed. All right, Miss Deirdre. Hi, Richard.
Again.
You got the card of beauty, the mermaid. It's card number 14. It is a deep card. Deirdre, beauty is a high value when it illuminates and inspires, but it is in the eye of the beholder. Relying just on outward appearances is shallow and temporary. If beauty is the only virtue, then others need to be developed. Love your own unique beauty. If you're using your beauty to manipulate someone, be wary. This particular kind of magic wears thin after a time. Even children know what a mermaid is. The idea of this half human, half fish type creature is all through our storybooks and collective consciousness. Yet mermaids are a varied bunch. Yes, they are aquatic, often beautiful, happy generally to do and be mermaids, but depending on where you go in the world, culturally, they can be deeply dangerous or irresistibly seductive, or both. I'm doing a Encounters with Fairy Tale Creatures, Volume 2 with mermaids in the next couple weeks, guys. In almost all cases, even with the Greek mermaid-like creature called the sirens, the mermaids have an extreme beauty. Such is their beauty that they are, at the very least, noticed, and at the worst, an object of obsession. So what is the shadow side of such beauty? Wouldn't everyone love to be this glorious? The perils of extreme beauty are at the heart of the mythos of Helen of Troy and Medusa and even Scylla. The desirability of women this beautiful means they can be objectified, taken as a kind of trophy, or made a target of jealousy. By being seen or admired, these women lose a part of themselves and sometimes their lives as they know them. If we consider the way the modern beauties of today are turned into fodder for gossip media, we may see how this still plays out today. Part of the mermaid mythos, too, is that because of their beauty, people could and would lose their wits and lives. The story of lonely sailors seeing beautiful mermaids and swimming to them is a common enough motif, yet this story rarely has happy endings for all. Sometimes the mermaids are the siren kind, where they lure sailors to devour them. Sometimes the mermaids are sweet and curious, yet do not understand that these humans cannot indefinitely be in the sea and unintentionally allow their land-based suitors to drown. Maybe the men try to keep up with the mermaids, transfixed by their beauty and following them down into the depths and drowning before they realize how deep they've gone. Your plant companion for this week is Lotus, and your crystal companion is Larimar. Deirdre, I feel like someone is coming in to try and abuse some sort of power over you. I don't know why that message is coming in. Someone could be trying to use you and manipulate you, either because of your physical beauty or because they are jealous of something that you've accomplished, okay? They're jealous of I'm seeing masculine energy that's like, if you go on this date with me, then I'll, give you A, B, and C. But then I'm seeing feminine energy that's like, who does she think she is? Like this jealousy, really chaotic. And I do see it, unfortunately, as like a work situation. So it could either be going on at work or about to start. So I would definitely protect yourself from something like that. Don't let anyone say that you've earned anything for any reason other than you worked really hard for it. Because I feel like you could become the target of gossip at a job, especially you just started a new one, even though it's in the same building, it's in a different area. I would just protect myself. Don't give too much for yourself away to men or women. Like, don't, I know you're so sweet and friendly and helpful, and you just want to be friends with everyone and shine that beautiful light of yours and help people. But not everyone is like that. And we have to remember that not everyone thinks in terms like that. There are people who are mean and vicious and jealous and who will stop at nothing to destroy someone else just because it's fun for them, right? So definitely, especially for this week and next week, be careful who you open up to. Be careful who you tell your secrets to, especially in a work setting. And even though you have every right to brag about your accomplishments, I would watch who I talk to even about that. Because I feel like there is someone who already is very jealous of you, who maybe isn't doing as well as you in life or at the job, and who just kind of wants to see someone fail. And because you're so sweet and friendly, they look at you as an easy mark because they don't realize that you're actually a freaking tiger and will like not going to take their crap. They look at you as someone who will. So don't be anyone's whipping girl, and make sure that you stand up for yourself, but also kind of keep to yourself for the next week or so, okay? Just to avoid anything like that happening. And don't date inside of your workplace. I know you already know that, but something might come up where you might be tempted to in the next couple of weeks or through the rest of the month. Just don't do it. It's just a really bad idea.
Ready? The cat.
Dang it, I don't have my cat deck here. All right, I'm going to use the Vintage Wisdom for the cat.
Do they stay?
She said, I don't date. I don't blame you. Is the cat still here?
When I called their name, they gave me kind of a surprise face. So, they're still here.
So is she? Yes?
Yeah,
okay.
They're here.
Jules took a nap. We're still going. The cat, you got kindred spirits, and I am not surprised, girl. This card depicts a snapshot in time of two young geishas standing together. There is warmth between them as they link arms and find shelter beneath the protective shade of a shared parasol. In Buddhist culture, the parasol is thought to be a metaphor for protection from the painful heat of human suffering. The scene is preserved in a bell jar like a treasured memory. A background of pink blossoms symbolizes happiness, love, and warmth. Behind the girls are remnants of a handwritten letter representing communication and reciprocation. The butterfly in the foreground is a poignant reminder of the continuing cycle of change present in all human relationships. Although we are all kindred spirits in terms of our humanity, this card specifically refers to the spiritual recognition between souls, either personally and or collectively. Because of the unexplainable familiar feelings that are often the hallmark of a kindred spirit connection between seeming strangers, many believe that soul recognition is forged over lifetimes, and we reunite through the law of karma for the purposes of spiritual evolution and alignment. Whatever your beliefs, the mysterious resonance between kindred spirits is something we cannot ignore. Keep in mind that fate can sometimes conspire to bring people or groups together to gradually unearth a kindred spirit connection over time. By selecting this card, you are reminded of the gift of kindred spirits. It may be affirming an existing relationship, prompting you to look differently at an ongoing one, or it could be the universe preparing you to expand your horizons in readiness for a new meeting. Be aware of this energy at work and contemplate its relevance to your present situation. So you could be feeling very closely connected to someone. If you're not, I have like something right there. You're definitely going to, within the next week or two, a soulmate connection coming in, a contracted person. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be romantic, right? I always say RJ is one of my soulmates, not my twin flame. So a soulmate is somebody that while you're in spirit, you contract, like I contracted, I'm going to be his mom. He's going to be my son in this lifetime. Maybe in the last lifetime, he was my brother. I was his sister. We could have been husband and wife. Like it just changes. But this is a person that comes into your life at a specific time to help you achieve your goals and dreams and things that you contracted for yourself. Yes, Smoochie, we do. So I would pay very close attention to anyone who makes you feel like you've known them forever when you've just met them. Anyone you may be getting close to right now that you feel it could be like a soulmate kind of connection. Again, doesn't have to be romantic, but it could be. There is definitely someone in your life right now or coming in the next week or two who is supposed to be there. You're supposed to feel this immediate connection. You're supposed to grow in the relationship regardless of whether or not it's romantic. And this is going to be very mutually beneficial. A dream coming true, something you've been working on, being helped tremendously, or, you know, the love of your life, one or the other or the other. There is some kindred spirit soulmate connection in your life right now or coming in this week that you should really, the minute you feel it, pay attention to it, focus on it, and work with the energy. This person may come on very strong. The reason is because they feel it too, only they're not as spiritually connected as you may be. So they might not realize why they feel this connection to you. The universe is telling you why right now.
Okay, last but least, Richard Elmore. And you're done.
It's last but not least.
Whatever.
You just called him like the least of our time.
No, I'm sorry. I guess it is time for me to go. Everybody have a good night.
I'm only kidding. Come on.
No, you're all right. I'm not, though.
Jules, text me. It's an experimental thing. So if you're willing to allow me to make you a guinea pig, I'd be willing to work with you. Because I'm trying to use tarot on that one. And you've got your birthday coming up Sunday. So send me an email. I will not be checking them tonight, but I will check them tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon and get right back to you. Just text me so I can remember to let you know about that. You're welcome, Kat. Thank you so much for coming in. Right? I know. Switchy said the longer the show, Gemma, the better your brows look. I messed them up, and I knew that if I wiped them off, I would be wiping off primer and makeup and everything else. And I was like, you know what? They're just going to have to deal. Just going to have to deal. All right, Richard, let's do this. Wisdom of the House of Knights. Ooh, the moon. This is a card that calls us to pull another card. So let's see what the moon has to say. Then we'll have one more card come out. Definitely secrets being kept from you. Could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer. This is a sign that you must trust your gut. Your instincts and intuition will lead the way through the darkness. When you choose the symbol of the moon as your guide, you know that it is necessary to look beyond the obvious to know the truth of things. Sometimes people will say one thing and you have a weird feeling that they mean something else altogether. You have this power. You're being asked to use it now. Choose another card for a deeper look at what's really going on behind the scenes. So someone is keeping something from you. It's not the universe. Good night, Mike. It's not the universe. Nuts up. Be careful what you wish for. It's not the universe keeping something from you. It's someone in your life for some reason. So let's pull one more card and see if we can get maybe a little bit more info. Aw, I miss you too. Hit me up anytime, Mike. Okay, playful. Let's see how this these two cards correspond together. Definitely interesting. Look, cat. It's a little cat. Little kitty. Your son's birthday is the 20th too? My daughter's birthday, Jules' birthday. I would definitely, if you're having guests and like you're feeling weird about that, I would get some black tourmaline with selenite, or you can just get a big old hunk of black obsidian. If you have like little, like if you want to get like 4 tumble stones like this big, you can put one in each corner of the main room everyone's going to be in, or just get a big piece of black obsidian. I wish that I had access to my inventory so I could just send you. Black obsidian is definitely the best stone I could think of off the top of my head, and one that I use personally. Also, believe it or not, amethyst is a really good protection. Most people think it's more attached to the emotion, which it is, but it can also be very good at protecting your space. But I would say selenite with black tourmaline and or black obsidian. Richard, my child, life is not always so serious. Choosing this symbol means it's time to lighten up and be playful. No matter what you're asking about, this is the time to have a sense of humor. Smile and go do something fun. Life has a way of answering all questions when you're not looking. Wouldn't it be better if you were enjoying your life rather than just sitting around waiting for what you want to happen? Don't take yourself so seriously. It's time to lighten up and be playful. Know that when this symbol appears in your life, the fun is about to start. So, and this is a weird message, and it's rather specific. Someone could be throwing you some sort of surprise party, or somebody is keeping a surprise from you, like somebody's pregnant and they haven't told you yet, or somebody's moving across the country for a new job. There's somebody that's keeping some good news from you, is how I should put that. So it's not anything bad. I think that you have an inkling. We all always do in this community, but someone definitely has some really good news that they've been keeping from you, hiding from you. It's going to come out in the next week or two, maybe in the next month or so. Okay. And get out there, have some fun, enjoy your life. Don't worry about people who aren't worrying about you. Don't sit and dwell on the past, but don't dwell too much on the future either. Let's do Roger Blair really quick, and then we'll get out of here.
Oh, you're fine. I was just getting out of the way.
I'm ready to call it a night. Roger, I'm going to use energy and spirit, and welcome, by the way. What are you laughing about?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I know, I just blew the surprise. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for being supportive and totally making my week so much better, as you all always do. If you want to autographed copy of the new book, email me. If you need anything, email me. Hit me up, GemmaJadeParanormal@gmail.com. Keep watching the channel. Keep liking the videos. Keep sharing them out. Oh, Mike, I was thinking about you last night because I was listening to the John Wayne Gacy tapes when I fell asleep, and they actually picked his jury in Rockford and then moved them to Chicago for the trial. Roger, you got card number 11, Emotional Desert, in the upright, inactivity and isolation. This card signifies a time of inactivity or isolation. You may have been feeling unproductive or uninspired, in an emotional desert, longing for real purpose and connections. In spite of that longing, you just don't seem to have the energy to reach out and make things happen. Still, this is not a card of doom and gloom. Even if you seem to have lost your energy, I'm seeing a hair out of the corner of my eye. That's why I keep,
I hate that.
It's really bothering me and I can't find it. Still, this is not a card of doom and gloom. Even if you seem to have lost your energy, your enthusiasm, or your connections, take heart. Look to the future, the right side of the card, and you can see a beautiful oasis with lush trees and nurturing water. The message is clear. You still have the power to connect, produce, and create great value in your life. Roger, you may have to make some plans and put forth some effort, but you can finally break through this low vibration and choose to generate a powerful momentum of joy right now. Your affirmation for this week: I am a vital force in the universe. I have the power to create great value in my life and in the world. So this is saying that you may have been feeling, you may have been feeling, or you may be feeling right now, uninspired. It doesn't necessarily have to be lonely as in like love lonely, but it could be like maybe feeling like you don't have anyone to reach out to when you want to talk, or feeling uninspired. Like if you're a writer having writer's block, something to do with your career or something like that. And what the universe is saying is you can make the most of this downtime by preparing for when this block or whatever it is lifted, or not dwelling, but figuring out a way to lift this yourself. Reaching out to people you haven't spoken to in a while, getting out and having some fun, taking yourself to dinner or a movie. I take myself to lunch or dinner all the time, right? By myself. So doing something like that for yourself, doing something that you like to do just for you. And in doing that, you'll raise your vibration a little bit. You'll raise your emotional vibration for sure. And you should start bringing happiness and at least some feeling back into your life. If this hasn't happened yet, I feel like you're just about to go numb. And I feel like it could be due to stress, or it could be due to like some kind of emotional pain, some heartbreak, some surprise ending, some tower moment, right? But the universe is saying, pick yourself back up and take baby steps back out into the world, back out into society, where there are opportunities to meet new people if you feel like you can't trust or depend on anyone right now. Guys, I love you. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much again for coming in, for always supporting me. Don't forget to check me out on the Powerflix Network. They do a 7-day free trial, and then it's $3.99 a month thereafter. But if you cancel before the week is up, you don't have to pay. It's season 3, episode 6, a 2-parter, 2 hours and some odd minutes of me on disembodied voices with Dr. Kelly Renee Schutz. My new book, Shadow Entities, Sleep Paralysis and Beyond. Again, autographed copies through email, or you can get the Kindle or paperback version on Amazon. I also have extra Missing the Faith Theory and Encounters with Evil, 101 True and Terrifying Stories. We didn't do 405er.
I was just going to say, I looked down and I go, oh no.
That I would love to sign for you if you would just hit me up again through email. 405er, I'm going to use.
We are so sorry. I'm sorry.
Journey of a Loneless Soul. One more, guys. We got one more. Sorry about that.
I don't know how I'd look down and look right at it.
This is a good card. Divine Alignment. Card number 10. I mean, it looks like a good card. All right, 405er. She strides through the hollow corridors of the world, a solitary and wayward soul. Then, without warning, comes a flash of recognition, her own reflection in the guise of another. She turns to embrace her mirrored twin. We are a single being encased within the confines of our own skin, one life in eternal pursuit of its destiny. And yet, not every step taken on this path must be taken alone. No one else can live your life for you. No one else can live your life for you, but their closeness and connection can bring wisdom and peace not to be found in solitude and contemplation. This is a time for allies, partners of purpose upon whom you can rely. Many of us raised on myths of martyrs will always choose to shoulder greater burdens, finding virtue in our extended suffering. To reach out in true partnership requires reciprocity. They must be able to depend on you as you will come to depend on them. Most of all, this requires that shields, often constructed in a lifetime of seeking personal protection, must be selectively lowered so that a heart-to-heart connection can form. Speak and then listen. Ask for what is needed. The burden is still yours to bear, but you may spread its weight across another pair of shoulders. Ask yourself, what do I need help with? With whom can I feel completely open? So this could be something that's coming in for you or that you're already feeling that you may want to get off your chest. I feel like there's something that you just can't figure out. Either how to deal with something, or you don't know what to do next, or you don't know why something happened, how something happened. There's definitely something that is confusing you, or that is about to become very confusing to you. And what the universe is saying is there's no way possible for you to figure this out for yourself. And if you end up trying, you're just going to be like dwelling. So find someone that you can reach out to. There has to be someone out there that you can rely on to tell you the truth. I mean, if you want to email me, I'll tell you the truth. Whatever this confusing situation is, unfortunately, it does have the capacity to really like take you down a bit. And the universe doesn't want that. So the universe is telling you, talk about whatever is going on with someone that you really trust. It doesn't mean you have to shout from the mountains all of your problems and everything that you're feeling. I mean, if you want to do that, that's fine. You risk a certain amount of, jealousy and people coming in to try to F with you. But find one person that you can truly trust and count on, even if it's a religious idol or icon, God. I go to church when this happens, if I can. And try to work it out with someone. It could be a person who's confusing you that maybe you want to reach out to them and be like, hey, you're sending me mixed messages. Like, did I get the job or not? Or do you want to be with me or not? Whatever. Do not sit in solitude and isolation, trying to contemplate whatever this is. That is not what you're supposed to be doing for this week or next week. So figure it out and figure out who you can turn to that you can trust, who's going to give you good advice. Guys, I love you. I'm not going to repeat myself again, but I do appreciate you all so much. And again, keep watching the channel. I've got a good one coming up tomorrow. What's the video for tomorrow?
You told me and I forgot.
Oh, encounters, abductees and USOs, unidentified submerged objects or unidentified submarine objects. So people being abducted, but being taken underneath the ocean or other large water sources. Good night, guys. Mwah. Bye. Be kind to each other. I'm going to touch screen my computer right now. Oh boy.